Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge. That's football. It's the big game. It's Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. How are we all doing? I hope you're very excited about this one. I certainly am. Big game, and we've got the team news coming in straight away, which we'll talk about. But also, let's not forget, Bayern Munich currently 4 points ahead of Dortmund. If they were to win today, I think they'd have two firm grips on that Bundesliga title. But that is not necessarily the case if Dortmund can produce something. Now, Sancho is on the bench. Let's have a look at those team lineup straight away. It might be interesting if I actually show you lot as well. So, there we go. Dortmund and Bayern Munich. There's the team news. Berkey, Pjanic, Hummels, Akanji, Hakimi, Delaney, Dawood, Guerrero, Hazard, Brandt and Haaland, the starting 11. I think that's the starting 11 from the game at the weekend. Sancho on the bench. And Bayern Munich, Neuer, Pavard, Boateng, Alaba, Davies, Kimmich, Goretzka, Koeman, Müller, Gnabry and Lewandowski. I mean, on paper, I do feel a little bit concerned about the hopes of Dortmund. It's a very, very good team. And you're deluded. How do you think Bruno is top 5? Because I do, and I definitely don't think that Ross Barkley is better than him. So yeah, that's the team. That Sancho on the bench, massive game. Dortmund need to win to keep this Bundesliga interesting. They can close up to within a point of him. I'm not saying Bayern are a him. They could be a her. They could be either or. But yes, we are. Yes, this is working as well. Great. So I can talk to you about something else as well. Right, how are you feeling about the game? You're looking forward to it, I hope. Can I just say that a lot of people have struggled with the syncing of when I do the live stream, because you're watching from different areas, and obviously I'm ahead of a lot of people. There's a link in the video description for Hot Mic. It's an app which basically takes you into a live chat. You watch the stream the same as you do on YouTube, but there is a thing that you can do where you sync in with me, and it's got a brilliant bit of technology where it will sync in with my stream. So the link is in the video description. That is free to download. It's on Apple and Android. If you are going to do it, use the code, which is Mark363, and go to That's Football. You'll see the Borussia Dortmund against Bayern Munich stream, and you can sync in with me through that. And also there is a chat in there as well, so I'll be using both chats, so you might get read out more on the Hot Mic chat than you will on here. I think I think Dortmund are going to win, says Geeko. And where's Coutinho, Mark, says Pieface. I don't know. Where's Tolisso, Pieface? Neither are on the bench. The bench to be honest with you, the Dortmund bench has got. I think Dortmund on paper has got a better bench than Bayern Munich, although they have got Perisic on there. But I think Bayern Munich are the better team, and I think Bayern Munich will win 3-1, if I'm honest with you. And Jakes is not going to irritate anybody tonight. Please share the video if you're watching. We've got 1,000 watching already, which is fantastic. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. 2-1 to Bayern, says Mato Darlow. And Tuesday night FIFA, says Nathan Clark. No, there's no FIFA today. As I said yesterday, if I had the time to do it, I would do. But this kickoff is sort of awkward to do FIFA streams because I've got to do 8 o'clock United stand as well. So FIFA will be back tomorrow. Sancho is trash. That's why he's not playing, says Dave 3FC, who clearly is an idiot. And Mark, I've never seen anyone lose the ball more than Bruno, says Pieface. Another idiot. And why is Sancho not playing, says Armin? Because he's... I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not match. I mean, to be honest, I've got to be honest. I didn't expect Sancho to start today. I know he got an assist late on, but he came on late on at the weekend, and I'm not so sure that he's fully match fit. And Dortmund have been winning without him, so you can't argue with what the manager's done there. I'm disappointed that Sancho's not starting, but Dortmund lose and title gone, says Andrew Chow. This game is pivotal. I think he's right. It looks like Coutinho played his last game, Mark. 8 o'clock show tonight, says Philip Burtonwood. Yes, 100%. There's an 8 o'clock show on the United stand. It's so obvious. Gary Saunders, just go away. That is not the case at all, and we don't need negative people like you. And I retweeted your Bellingham article, Charlie Cotton, because I liked it. It was a good article. 2-0, says Charlie Buld to Dortmund. And when are you doing the United career mode, says George Carter. Well, I thought I'd do it now whilst watching a game. I'm not doing it. I told you this today. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it today unless I had the time to do it. And I don't have the time to do it. So I'm not doing FIFA career mode today. It'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure we can all live without FIFA for a day. It'll be back tomorrow. There's a big game. It's called Dortmund against Bayern Munich. And that is what we are doing today here. 4-1 to Dortmund, says look. You know what? I will celebrate these goals avidly if they go in. I think there will be. I'll be very, very excited if they do happen. Will we put an offer in for Igalo, says Luke Bunn. Well, we're talking about that at 8 o'clock on the United Stand, of course. But we will. We've got some people in the Hot Mic live chat. We've got Colin McIntyre. We've got Madeleine McCann. God, someone tell the police. We've got Mark. We've got Inyak, we've got XD Gamer, we've got Hugh, we've got Mark. You need to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a fantastic game, says XD Gamer. You're very nice, says Hugh Mungus. And well, thanks everyone who's joining up on the Hot Mic. We'll certainly be skipping between the two. That reminds me, I need to do something for people who are going to try and sync in through Hot Mic when the game kicks off. But get in the comments with your score predictions, of course, and let us know how you think it's going to go. I think that it will be 3-1 to Bayern Munich, but I will be happy if Dortmund were to win. Very happy indeed, people. So yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm just going to do something that I have to do to make it work properly. Let me just get this going. So yeah. Sancho on the bench is the story for the game today, and I think that it's an interesting situation with Sancho being in the bench. And also, I think that, in some ways, Reina is a little bit unlucky. I think he's a player that's done really well recently as well. Right, everybody. What you need to do then, the reason I've just got up there is because the way this Hot Mic thing works, Hot Mic is hot. So the way Hot Mic works is, the link's in the video description if you want to download it. It's on Apple and Android. Use the code, it's working there. So that's the app there, Hot Mic. You can see it. It's just the same as YouTube. But what it does is, for those people who are behind me when they're watching the match and you're having trouble syncing up, Hot Mic automatically does it for you. It's really good. I've been looking at this for a while. Links in the video description. It's on Apple and Android. Download it. But when you sign up, make sure you use the code MARK363, because that will take you straight into That's Football and you'll see the stream that I'm on. Then what you do is you hold up your phone or whatever to the TV that you're watching, press sync, and it will sync automatically using technology in with mine. So you'll be, what's on the telly is what I'm seeing. That's how Hot Mic works. So there you go. It's basically a way that you can watch it on an app, synced in exactly with what you're watching and what I'm watching at the very same time. I know we have the timer and we'll still have the timer, but it also has its live comments as well, and I think it just makes it a little bit easier. So that's why I got up there. I got up to sync myself with what I'm watching on the telly. So all you do on Hot Mic is you download it, use the code MARK363, go into the stream that I'm on, hold your app or whatever to the TV that you're watching, sync it in with the audio, and then you're up and running. Links in the video description for that. Neymar now or Eden Hazard at his prime, says Jacob Tarrant. Not really interested. Who do you think will score first, says Oliver Jordan? I'm very interested to see how this game's going to work, but I do think that that it's going to go the way of Bayern Munich, unfortunately. I just think that they're a better team than Dortmund, and I think that they'll win it. Hi Mark, says Alvin Blocks, and you can also use other apps while Hot Mic is still on as well, says Mikas, who is on the Hot Mic thing. And don't you need a smart TV to sync, says one arse Wenger. No, you don't. You can. I'm not. All you need to do is hold your phone up to the TV that you're watching and press the sync button, and it'll automatically sync my audio on whatever app you're on in with your TV. That's how it works. That's how it works. I've already synced mine with what I'm watching, so it's got that in the app. You then hold up you download Hot Mic, you hold it up within my watch-along to whatever you're watching with the audio on, sync, then you can turn the audio off that and you're synced in with this. It's hard to explain, but basically it's a perfect way that you can sync what you're watching in with me. Sancho is slightly overweight. I think that's why he's not starting, says Robert Moore. And Mark, is the game on BT Sport, says Ryan McNamara. Yeah, so that's where I'm watching the game, on BT Sport. Does Hot Mic only sync with the English channel, says Lila Tura. Try it out. I think it will sync in with other things because it's an American company as well, and I think they have numerous streams that they do it with. Basically what they do is, if they know BT are doing it, NBC are doing it, BN are doing it, they can sync it all in. That's what the technology's for, and they will do it off hours. It's his shaky camera. I thought my telly was going to fall off the screen. There's a guy outside the stadium and his camera's like that, and I thought my telly was going to fall off the bloody table. Who's more likely to sign Sancho, says AO. I think it will be Manchester United. And let's have a look on the Hot Mic live comments as well. Love your streams, Mark. You're getting me through the lockdown, says Humongous. He's back again. And do you think Haaland will one day go to United? Sev says, well, we're not going to read your name out because it's not a good name. Do I think Haaland will go to United one day? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think we've probably missed it. XD Amazing Gamer has synced in. Well done. And Origi says Sancho to Liverpool. Haaland versus Lewandowski. Let's have it, says Joey Atham on the live comments of the Hot Mic. Welcome to that, mate. I'll tell you what, we've got 88 viewers on Hot Mic, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And we've had some likes. If you are on the Hot Mic thing, there is a share button. If you could share it, that would be great, because I want to test out that the share works. So if you can share it on Hot Mic, I can see a share button there. If you can share it, in fact, I will share it. Click share. Tweet. So check it out and see if you can do that. Click the share button on the mic and share it, and that should tweet out what I've just done as there. Good, it's working well. I'm glad that, I mean, basically what this is for, and if it works, we'll do it more often, is for those people who are behind my stream. Get on the Hot Mic app. There's a comment section there as well, as there is on YouTube. But on there, you can just automatically just press the button when you're in the stream. Press sync. The first thing you'll see, hold it up to whatever you're watching with the audio on, and it will sync my audio in perfectly with where you are. Links in the video description. Make sure to do that. You use Mark343 as a sign-up code on Apple and Android. Right, let's have a look at the live comments in YouTube. Hi Mark, how was your day, lad? Says David MC. Good, mate. Good. Busy, very hot. I'm actually regretting wearing a black shirt in a hot studio, but it is hot today. But this game's going to be hot. That's what I'm looking for. A draw is a loss for Dortmund, says Football Legend. And has Gomez signed the new contract, says Buka. Not as far as I am aware. Edouard to Manchester United. Will you be watching La Liga, says Robert Moore. I think we'll be doing a bit of La Liga, yeah. I do. I think we'll be doing a little bit of La Liga. This is great. I've got two live comment sections here. I've got the Hot Mic one, and I've got the YouTube one as well. Will the United stand beyond this mark, says Samuel. Well, there's no Manchester United games at the moment, Samuel, so we're going to run a trial with Hot Mic through That's Football today and see what people's feedback is with it for those who are behind. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. No career mode, Mark, says that guy with glasses on the YouTube app. No, not today. 8-6 to Dortmund, says Jack Easterbrook. I'll tell you what, I think we'd all take that. We'll take that and party. I think we'd all like to see an 8-6 game, wouldn't we? And what's your predictions for the big game, says Rahul Krishna. I'm going to go 3-1 to Manchester United, to Borussia to Bayern Munich. To Bayern Munich. Mike, with a rude surname, I'm not going to read his second name, but it's Oxlong. So he's trying to be clever. But he actually did raise a good point, but it wasn't a good point. He said Mbappe or Haaland. What I want to know is, from both comment sections, Haaland or Lewandowski, who you're taking? Because for me, I'd still take Lewandowski, but in 2 years' time, well, you're going to get Haaland for 10 years, apart from the fact that Mino Raiola's his agent and he'll move him on every couple of years, whereas Lewandowski is coming towards the end of his tank, isn't he? So a lot of people go, well, I think we're getting a bit of a 50-50 split. Getting a bit of a 50-50 split here. And Parish 002 is all synced up as well. If you are on the Hot Mic app, let us know if you are having any problems syncing up, because what it should do is it's not easy to explain this Hot Mic thing, but basically what it does is it will, because when I started the stream I was on Hot Mic and I synced my talking with the audio of the football I'm watching. Basically, it's got the data there to know where I am in relation to the exact point in the game. So when you go into Hot Mic and you go in and you press sync, it will sync. All you got to do is hold up your audio to the TV that you're watching. It will sync automatically with my audio. So when Haaland scores a goal to make it 4-0, I'll be going and Haaland scores, and it doesn't matter whether you're ahead of me or behind me because it does all that work for you. That's the whole point of Hot Mic. It's the syncing of the commentary that you're watching with the watch along here. That's how it works. Links in the video description, and you can get it on Apple and Android. Just make sure you use Mark 363, I think it is, because that way when you sign up it will take you straight into my watch along, which people are seeming to be able to do. This is brilliant, says Tomo. Synced, says Hamid. It's perfect, says Daniel Middleton. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm glad it's working for those people, because I know there's a lot of people who watch our watch alongs and really struggle being stuck behind and everything. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad that's working for you. And Lewandowski does nothing except score. Haaland is overall the better player, says Ronan Barrett. I think you're wrong but right. I think Lewandowski is a little bit, he's a penalty box king, isn't he? He's better than Lukaku. He actually has got a first touch. But I think Haaland probably has a little bit more flair and finesse to him. I would agree on that. So yeah, But look, fantastic players. I think if I was at Man United, would I take Haaland or would I take Lewandowski? I'd take Haaland if Mino Raiola wasn't his agent, because I think he'd stay for 10 years. But because of Mino Raiola, you might only get him for 2 years anyway. Score predictions for the game, says Harry Shepherd on YouTube. I said 3-1. Haaland's got a bad attitude, says Michael2204. I think he's just got a bad agent. Umar on Hot Mark says, Mark, can you quickly put your audio on so we can see if we are synced? My audio on? What are you talking about? And Mark, would you rather sign Lewandowski and Gnabry or Sancho and Haaland, says XD Amazing Gamer on the Hot Mic live chat. Would I rather get Lewandowski and Gnabry or Sancho and Haaland? I think that makes it a lot easier for me. So Lewandowski and Gnabry or Sancho and Haaland, 100% be Sancho and Haaland, because I just think they're better. As a pair, I think those two are better. Do you think Werner will come to Liverpool, says Joseph Brady? I think your favourites. I think they are favourites, yeah, and I do think that they probably will get him. But if not, I think United need to move. And thank you to Anthony Clifford on the YouTube live chat. He's just joined the members club of That's Football. That's really appreciated. And no, Werner won't go to Liverpool, says Red X Pulse. Apart from the fact you're a United fan, I was actually starting to get a little bit hopeful there. But yeah, I'm not so sure about that. We nearly got 150 people watching on the Hot Mic app, which is fantastic. Thanks everyone who's downloaded it and joining in. And I hope it's going to work out well for you in the way that it works. But what I will do is I will give an explanation of that in a moment. But what I first of all want to do is just give everybody the lineups again. Let's get that up on the screen. So there you go. There's the two lineups for the teams today. As you can see, you've got no Sancho for Manchester United. He's not playing today. He's on the bench, which is obviously a little bit disappointing, but not surprising, I suppose. In many ways, it's not that surprising that he's not going to start. But I do think that he will come on, because ultimately, if I'm honest, I do think that he will. I don't think that Dortmund will be good enough to beat Bayern Munich with the team that they've put out today. I think we will have to see Jadon Sancho come on, and I'm sure that will be the case. Score predictions, as I said, I'm going to go for 3-1. I think Dortmund have got the better starting lineup, but I think that. Sorry, I think Bayern have got the better starting lineup, but I think that Borussia Dortmund have got the better bench, which may become relevant a little bit later on in the game. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm looking forward to this. I think this is a treat. I mean, I feel sorry for people to a certain extent that this game is not on at a more palatable time, because some people will be coming home from work, etc. But I think it's going to be a good game. This is the first time Bayern are against Haaland, says Jared McCormack. Thanks for the contribution. Remember, you can do your super chats through the $ if you want to do that on both Hot Mic and on YouTube. So thank you for that. If you are on Hot Mic, please share. There's a share button underneath. Please share it on your socials. I really appreciate that. That would be great. And share the video if you're watching as well on YouTube. Yeah, let's just do a joint share. You can share the stream on Hot Mic. There's a share button. And also on YouTube, please share it on your socials. That would be appreciated. We've got nearly 3,000 watching, and we're not at kickoff yet, so that would be great. Vandy Candy, the code for Hot Mic is in the video description. The link's in the video description, and use the code MARK363. MARK363 when you're signing up for Hot Mic. Link in the video description. It's free. It's on Apple and Android, and you will find our super chat there, which actually I've neglected for a few seconds. Matthew, I'll talk about Hot Mic in a minute. Let's get on with this. Gnabry is consistent, says Taylor. So that's a funny statement from Taylor in the live comments of the YouTube, saying that Gnabry's consistent. It's a bit of a. I don't know whether you've forgotten to put in there. Discarded Aunt 58 on Hot Mic says Sancho or Mbappe. Who would you rather at United? United, I'd rather have Sancho, thanks. What's your thoughts on Reina, says Mr. D7. I'm a little bit. I mean, I like Reina of Dortmund, and he was going to play in the last game. No, not the last game, the first game, a couple of games ago, and he got injured before, and he's not been able to get back in. Hazard's come in and took his place. Would you buy Lukaku back? No. And I don't think Werner would go to Liverpool, as he doesn't fit the system. A Kai Havertz would fit in better because he would have to go in for Salah or Mane, says Klee on the Hot Mic live comments. And hi Mark, since La Liga is coming back, Real Madrid or Barcelona, says Khaled. I think that I looked at La Liga the other day, and I think, I want the Premier League back. Manchester United fan, but I want the Premier League back. The Premier League is the best league to watch. We do a lot of Premier League watch-alongs on here that are not United. I think after the Premier League, the Bundesliga is the most interesting. I think the top four race is interesting, and if Dortmund win today, it becomes very interesting. I think if Bayern win today, this Bundesliga title race becomes like the La Liga, really, which is boring because it's Barcelona and Real Madrid, and it is going to be Barcelona and Real Madrid. There's nobody anywhere near them. So the top four race is a little bit interesting in La Liga, but it is Barcelona and Real Madrid again, and I don't think either of them are doing that well at the moment. Serie A is quite interesting, Greg Son. We haven't had the date back for Serie A to come back yet, have we? I'm interested to see when that comes back, because I think Serie A is quite interesting. I mean, Atalanta have been fantastic. Lazio have been fantastic. I think quality-wise, the Bundesliga is the best behind the Premier League. It's on BT Sports, Red X, yes, you're right. And Mark, which channel is showing the match? Says Mike Tony, there you go. BT Sports 1 in the UK. And want Messi to send Ramos back to Burger King, says Origi. And do you still think Ronaldo is the best player in the world, Mark? Just discarded Aunt. It's hard. I think the lockdown's not done. I think you normally start to talk about the best player in the world around March, April, May, and we've not had that because of lockdown. Serie A doesn't get the focus that La Liga gets or the Premier League gets, so it's hard to say that Ronaldo is the best player in the world. But I don't think Messi's had an outstanding season at Barcelona either. But I still think it is between Messi and Ronaldo. You'd probably lean a little bit more to Messi at the moment because, I think Ronaldo isn't going to win a Champions League with Juventus. But I don't think Messi will win it with Barcelona, to be honest. But I love Ronaldo. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, and I'm going to go Bayern Munich to win 3-1. I don't think it will be a close game. I think that it will be 3-1. But I really do hope that that Borussia Dortmund win it. One, for the good of the league, it'll put them a point behind Bayern Munich, but two, because I want Dortmund to win the league over Bayern Munich. And also, it allows everyone else to close up the gap. I mean, Leverkusen, Mönchengladbach, Leipzig, if they all win their game midweek and Bayern Munich lose, it closes it up at the top. A draw's not really that helpful with regards to it. I mean, if we have a quick look at the league table, which I should be able to get up for you. League table. So Bayern Munich 61 points at the moment. If they drew, they'd go to 62, which would allow nobody would get within 4 points of them again. So I think, I don't think a draw does anybody any favours except for Bayern Munich. I think that they need to win today. Please share the video if you're watching on YouTube and on Hot Mic. You've both got share buttons. If you can share it on your socials, that would be really appreciated. We've got 3,200 watching, which is great. Please share it and get involved with the share button. Appreciate that, and you can do that on Hot Mic as well. Who would be better for United, Haaland or Sancho? Says you Nation. I think Sancho is the glaringly obvious position that Manchester United need to resolve at the moment. It's without doubt the area that is that is the hole in the United side at the moment. So yeah, Havertz or Haaland, says Eric on the Hot Mic live chat. I would say, if I'm being honest with you, that I would go with Haaland over Havertz for Manchester United because I don't think we need Havertz. As good as he is, I just don't think we need Havertz at the moment. Right, what's your comments about Giggs being overrated, says Dean Roman? I mean, that's just a plonker on Tinternet trying to get notorious, isn't it? What's his name? Woodhouse. I mean, he was just at it all day, so I've got nothing to say about that. Sancho and Bruno will be a deadly combo, says Adil Mahmoud. And Haaland versus Mbappe, says Greg Sun. I mean, I'd take Mbappe over Haaland, yeah. Cooking with Goldbridge will be back this week, Darshan, looking forward to that. And Werner is better and cheaper than Sancho, says FA. No, but he's not the position that we need. We need a right winger. At United, we need a right winger. At Arsenal, they need 2 or 3 players. At Liverpool, they probably don't really need anybody. At Chelsea, they need a striker. At Man City, they need a centre-back. Every team has a glaring obvious position. I think Liverpool are probably the only team that I would say you don't desperately need anything, and that's why you're going to win the league. I think Liverpool would like a midfielder and a backup striker and maybe another centre back, but you know, United glaringly obviously need a right winger. FIFA's back tomorrow. Everybody asking about FIFA, so thank you for that and your concern. I appreciate that. Right, we've nearly got 150 people watching on Hot Mic. I'll explain it to you now because we've got a few minutes till kick off. The link's in the video description for the Hot Mic app. It's on Apple and Android and it's free. Download it, and when you're downloading it, make sure you use the sign-up code, which is Mark363. I nearly said 343. I think I'm talking about formations. So when you download it, use the formation, use the sign-up code Mark363. Then when you do that, it will bring you into That's Football, and you'll be able to see the Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich stream. Now, what Hot Mic does, and the big thing about Hot Mic for you lot, is that, you know how I always put the timer on the screen, and you have to sort of pause it, and sometimes people struggle with that. If you are behind my stream, what Hot Mic does, and I've already set it up, is before I was going live, I basically hold up my phone to the TV station I'm watching it, and sync what I'm doing with that. So it's synced in. So anyone who goes into my stream on Hot Mic, all you've got to do is hold your phone or iPad or whatever to the audio of what you're watching, and it will say sync. When you sync, it will know where I am, and it will sync in with you are. So you're automatically synced in with what you're seeing on the app, with what you're going to see on the telly. So if I go, oh, Haaland scored, you should be seeing Haaland scoring on your thing. That's how it works. It syncs it in for you. That's what the app's about. And I know a lot of you are behind. So give it a go. See how it goes, because YouTube's always your backup anyway. But give it a go. There is a comment section on there as well, which I will be reading out as well as YouTube. And Clinical Gamer says, does it sync if you're not watching the platform that you're watching? I believe it does, but you're the guinea pigs for this tonight, so let me know how it works. We've got live comments as well. back onto YouTube. How do you watch the games, says Moop? So I watch it on the telly. That's how I watch the telly. Oh, you're looking cute today, says Chloe Allender. She's got taste, or he. Chloe doesn't have to be a girl's name. Can be a boy's name. Bit unfair, but it could be. Without Sancho starting, it looks promising for United, says Colin Pratt. Well, you know what? That's a very good, intelligent point. I'd never thought of it like that, but you are right. The less games that Jadon Sancho plays for Manchester United before the Premier League and the rest of football comes back, the better. Because I've said this before, the world is watching this game tonight because there's nothing else to watch. And if Sancho plays in a game like this and tears it apart, then suddenly Barcelona and Real Madrid and everyone else thinks, oh, we'll have a bit of Sancho. Whereas if he's not playing, he can't do that. And we know we want Sancho anyway. So, yeah, I like the cut of your jib there. I think you're right. And I think it's a good point that you've made. So, well done. Well done with that. But ultimately, you're wrong as well because he's not playing. He's not playing because he's injured. That's why he's not playing. Well, he's not injured, obviously. He's not fully fit. And because he wasn't fully fit for the start of the season, they've therefore decided that they're going to stick with a winning team. And that winning team, of course, has won the last 2 games without him. He did get an assist at the weekend, but does that bring him back into the team? And maybe Dortmund are thinking of a life without Sancho, you know. Maybe they are. Maybe that's what they are thinking. But I think we will see Sancho at some point in the game. Players are just in tunnel, walking down now. I like... Which is the German ground that's got the elevator? Elevation! Woo! Mark, how many times no one is going to buy Sancho because he plays well, and if he wants United, then it doesn't matter about Barca, Real. Anyway, Joshua Harper, how many times am I going to have to explain to you this situation? You don't listen. You're not listening to me. I know it's all about opinion, but don't tell me... twisted my hip now. You've got a bloody doll of me, haven't you, Joshua? What I was going to say is, what planet are you living on, Joshua? Because the Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Man City, they've got nothing to do at the moment. So they'll be sat watching this game now. And if Sancho does really well, there's 3 months till the transfer window opens. Of course they can suddenly go, you know what, let's go and get Jadon Sancho. Things can change. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, God, I've really just twisted my ankle. I mean, my hip. Whenever I sync, it's saying my TV is ahead, says Hakil Hall. Well, maybe your TV is a little bit ahead then, Hakil. You might be a second or 2 ahead of the stream because of YouTube, so yeah. But just if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for one. Hot mic is the one, says James T. And it seems to be working for someone. And welcome to Football Rebranded, the latest member of the That's Football Members Club. Lots going on. We're 3 minutes away from kickoff, and I'm very, very, very excited. Very excited. We've nearly got 200 viewers on Hot Mic. Fantastic. Thank you. For Physio, says Joshua Harper. Thank you, Joshua. Congratulations on the 150k mark, says Ricardo. Yeah, if you are on YouTube, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. And Dortmund always produces top-class players, says Adel. And did you see Sky Cave's tweets, says Ratfink. No, but we can always go and have a look at it because people will be thinking, what's Sky Cave's tweet all about? He's been a little bit quiet lately, hasn't he, Sky Cave? Let's have a look what he's been saying. As things stand, Man United striker Igalo cannot go back to Shanghai. China's borders are closed. On the 28th of March, China suspended entry into the country of foreign nationals. About a third of foreign players in China's Super League are locked out. Well, that's very interesting from Sky Cave, I've got to say. Very interesting indeed. So thank you for the person who said that. Carson Badley's given us a tip on Hot Mic. He says, hi Mark, I'm watching from Memphis. Hot Mic is working in America very well. Thank you, pal. And hopefully it'll work out for you. What I will probably do in a moment is I will sync it in again with my audio when the game kicks in, so it will readdress that for you. But yeah, thanks everyone getting involved with that one. Is the match going to be streamed on Hot Mic, says Destructive Dude? Of course it's not. Bloody hell. I haven't got the rights to bloody... Where am I going to get the rights from for this, eh? And I tell you what, on Hot Mic, we've now got 303 followers, and I only had 9 before we started. So thanks everyone who's downloading it. Links in the video description. It's on Apple and Android, and just use the Mark 36... Is it 363? Make sure you use Mark 363 when you're signing up, because then it will take you into the stream. Alphonso Davies or Hakimi, says Arunvar Banerjee. That is an absolutely brilliant point. An absolutely brilliant point. Hakimi or Alphonso Davies, who do you go for? I'll tell you what I go for. I go for both because they play on different sides. Hakimi at right back and the other one on the other one. Just had my mate who's got Netflix and he just keeps messaging me about things he's watching. I've just watched episode 1 of Last Dance. It's brilliant. And then last night he was messaging me saying, "Oh, Sunderland till I die." I half expect him to message me in a minute and say, "Breaking Bad's good." I was like, I know, I've seen it. I've had Netflix for years. Anyway, we're about to kick off here. And I'm going to go 3-1 Bayern Munich. Let me know what you are going to go with. We are just about to kick off. And as soon as it kicks off, I will let you know. I'm keeping my eye on people in Hot Mic as well so that I might need to resync. But Haaland's on the centre circle, messing around with his boots. Probably doing that so they look down at his boots. It's all strategic, you see. It's all strategic. He's doing that to get his old boot deal. Come on, ref, kick it off. And we're off. We are off. Coolie coolie. So Dortmund into control at the moment. Bayern Munich in with that high press straight away. But Dortmund have just lovely passing around and keep hold of the ball. I think technically we're going to see a good game. Joshua Harper says, have you noticed Alaba at centre-back for Bayern over the past year? He's a Rolls-Royce defender approaching Van Dijk level now. And there's a ball through the middle here. And Neuer has to be the old sweeper keeper. Haaland, shoot, shoot, shoot! Oh, what are you doing? He tried to pass it in from 30 yards out and there's a Bayern Munich player on the line. He smashed that in the top corner. Smash it in the top corner. Bloody hell. That was a chance. That was a chance and he didn't take it. And Bayern Munich now on the attack. You got to get there first, Hummels, and he does. But a fast-paced start this. I think it's going to be a cracker. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. And I hope you're enjoying it at home. I think it will be good. I've got a lot going on here at the moment. Just bear with me. But Alphonso Davies with a mistake. It's not. He's in his own half, and it's Hakimi against Alphonso Davies. I think that's going to be a really interesting battle on the pitch. Fucking hell, how far behind's he on his stream? I was just on YouTube looking at people doing watch-alongs. Stick with us. He's about a minute behind. Anyway, let's have a look at the live comments. It's going to be like the Man City versus Spurs Champions League game, says Ethan Spencer. It's definitely end-to-end at the moment. And Nick P, thanks for the contribution on YouTube. He says, could Sancho be the heir to Messi's crown? A headline on the BBC website, bloody shut up BBC and keep the hype down. Exactly. Exactly. Ajmel Cosman says, what's the accent? Cracker. Oh, that's a cracker. Northern Ireland, I think. Yeah, definitely. Callum B says, will you be using this all the time? Because I think it's amazing and way better than YouTube. That's Callum on the Hot Mic live chat. Why is it amazing? Callum, you lot on the Hot Mic app, you're the what's the word? We've got 260 watching there. You're the guinea pigs today, so let us know how is it going. Resync, lad, says Orion Kelly. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to resync for you because we have kicked off on there. So it's very much end-to-end at the moment, but a little bit of slow play here at the moment. And Dortmund just passing it around their back at the moment. Dortmund, the home team. We've not even spoken about that. Dortmund are the home team here, and it's so interesting, the dynamics of that. Dortmund are the home team, but do they play like the home team in a game like this? I'll be back in a minute, I'm still here. Do you play like the home team in a game like this? Is that a good idea or is it a bad idea? And do you play like the away team if you're Bayern Munich? Because what's the point? What is the point in playing like the away team when the opposition, there is no advantage. There is no crowd, so why would you play like the away team on the counter? All very good points being made by me and the live comments, of course. Sorry about that, I was just syncing up for everyone who's watching it on the Hot Mic app, making sure that it's up to date. Right, we've got nearly 3,000 watching on YouTube. Please do share the video and make sure you subscribe if you're new. I don't even know how we're doing for subscribers these days, I'll have a look in a minute. But Bayern Munich have got Dortmund in a bit of trouble here. And Dortmund have ended up with a free kick. Dortmund to win, says Ethan Spencer. My next cooking with Goldbridge is a very nice chilli with chocolate in it. It's controversial, but it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Brilliant atmosphere, says Mikey Walker. Yeah, I think let me know, on the Hot Mic app, I think you get crowd noise, don't you? Let's have a look. Yeah, you do. You get crowd noise in the background. The crown sound effects are actually hilarious, says Gustav. Thank you for the super chat there. But it's gone out for a goal kick here to Bayern Munich. So we're 5 minutes in, a fast-paced start. It's very hot, of course, in the old German country where this game is being played. Mark, will you play Werner with Martial in the front too if he signs, says Simon Tan. I mean, it'd be difficult to do that because what would you do with Sancho and Rashford? You can't play a 4-4-2 in the modern game. Apparently we've got 152,000 subscribers, says Stephen Allen. Thank you, Stephen. I'll have a little look at that. The thing I like about Dortmund is they like to play the ball out. They do like to play the ball out from the back. They remind me of FIFA. Talking of FIFA, Charlie Johnson, FIFA's back tomorrow, but Dortmund remind me of playing when I'm playing FIFA. They pass out from the back. The difference is they're good at it and they don't concede trying to do it. But it's been a good start from Dortmund this so far. I'd be quite happy if I was them with the start, and I think that they've got to win. They've got to win. Without a shadow of a doubt, they have got to win. They're 4 points behind Bayern Munich. They can't come out of this 4 points behind Bayern Munich. They can't come out of it 7 points behind Bayern Munich. First 5 minutes have flown by, says Ethan Buchanan. And Praise says, this is sick. It's awkward with no fans, but you just hear the cheerings, says Alex. And we'll be talking about Sheringham's comments on Pogba at 8 o'clock, Jacob Milner, on the live... on the 8 o'clock United Stand show. If you're on the Hot Mic chat, can you just let me know what you're finding it like? Is it synced in with what you're watching? Is it a good experience? Davies is a tank, says Dibsy La. Corner to Dortmund here. What's going to happen with this? In comes the corner. Flicked. Oh, Bayern Munich clear it. I tell you what, I really want Dortmund to score. I really want Dortmund to win. I think we all do. Does anyone want that? No, there will be Bayern fans. Love streams. What do you think of West Brom, says Coombs Games. I think you're going to be back in the Premier League next year. That's what I think, Coombs Games. I think you're coming back. Please share the video, whatever platform you're watching on. There's a share button on Hot Mic. Please click that and share it on your socials. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a share button underneath as well. Takes one click. Only takes a second to click it and share it. Thanks, everyone. The hot mic code, Sam Davis, is Mark363. It's in the video description. I'll talk about hot mic in a bit, KM. At the moment, we are in the game for a couple of minutes. Links in the video description for hot mic. It's on Apple and Android. And when you sign up, use Mark363. And basically what it does is, if you're behind me, when you go into hot mic, you'll go into my stream of this. You hold up your whatever you've got, phone or iPad, to the telly where you're watching the telly with the audio on. Press sync and it will sync those in automatically together, so you're exactly where I am. Dibsy is betting £1 billion that Lewandowski scores. Let's all bet. No, I'm not betting anything back. You can do £1 billion and I'll do a fiver, and then I'll give you a fiver and you give me £1 billion when he doesn't. Zach Bradshaw thinks it will be 2-2. He's onside here down the right hand side. Cross comes. Oh no, he hasn't crossed it. He crosses it into Haaland. Oh, why did he take a touch? Block. Oh, offside. It's in the back of the net, but it's offside. Cross come in from Hazard, headed in. I think it might have been Guerrero who heads it in, but Haaland again, a little bit scrappy. Yeah, they're offside. This is actually brilliant. I never get to watch your watch-alongs, but now I can, says Mikey Walker. I wonder why you can't get to watch them. You can adjust crowd noise volume by tapping the video and pressing more, says Jeff, on hot mic. So yeah, if you're watching on hot mic, it's basically so you can sync in, but also there's a bit of crowd noise on the app as well. So give it a go. Give it a try. We've got people watching on both. Mark, would you take Casemiro on a swap deal for Pogba, says Blatt Machine. Casemiro? For Pogba? No. Cross from Bayern Munich there, but it's easy into the keeper's arms. I think it might have been a shot. Ollie Chadwick, can you play the match audio for a bit more atmosphere? Speaking of West Brom, do you think we should be in for Grady Diangina? He's a beast. I don't know much about him, mate. Odion Igalo's representative says the player is close to a wage agreement with Manchester United, says Talil. There you go. Don't know how much true that is. And Dortmund have started better, says Marky on the hot mic chat. Lingardino says, please do this on the United stand. Well, if it goes well, if people like using the hot mic, and it won't be for everybody, if you like using it, then we'll give it a try on more, and we'll see how it goes. It's easy for me because I get 2 super chats to talk about. Not super chats, 2 live comments to talk about. But if you are on hot mic, please share it. There's a share button underneath. And that's I tell you what, it's one of them balls coming towards the keeper in the air, and Muller's running across the path of it. A little flick either there, and it could have been 1-0 Bayern. What a start to this. Oh, I tell you what, ref. Hakimi's right. This tackle here is dangerous. Very dangerous. And they're not even going to show it back because it's Bayern Munich. That tackle there, I think it's Alphonso Davies. Yeah, he gets the ball, but bloody hell. Here we go. It's Gnabry. Oh, that's off the ground. That's a yellow card. He gets the ball, but it's filthy. It could have broke his leg. If Hakimi put his foot in, he would have broke his leg. Awful. Absolutely awful. Parish is enjoying the Hot Mic app. That's great. Give it a download if you want to give it a sample today. You're all the guinea pigs for it today. So test it out. Let me know what you know. Should have been a red card, says Jadon. Hot Mic code Lee Clark is 363. Check it out. Video description. La Liga Watchalong, says Rafael Varane. You'll be playing, mate. But yeah, we'll be doing it. Hi, Mark. I'm a big fan, says Jesmar United. Hello, mate. And I cut my own hair and it's decent, says Zach Bradshaw. Good. You're behind BT, Mark, says Jake Kerr. I'm definitely not. And I cut my own and it's decent. Good. There you go. Love the shirt, says Mini Footballer. And the video and Snaps is right. The Hot Mic code is in the video description if people want it, and so is the link. Isaiah says that Gnabry shouldn't have even got a yellow card. Hummels has just had a yellow card. The ref's a load of shite, basically. He's just gone and booked Hummels for a foul, and he didn't even book Gnabry for something that would have been a straight red if Hakimi hadn't pulled his leg out. I'll tell you what, I've got to say this, to be honest. The standard of German refereeing is atrocious, and I think that's the thing that's been interesting about watching these Bundesliga games, is that we get a bit of a glimpse of foreign referees when we watch the Champions League. And I think we almost assume that our referees in England are terrible. But I tell you what, the German referees are crap. They're awful. They're really bad. There's a break on here. There's a break. Switch. Oh, what a terrible ball. Bloody hell. Dortmund had a break on there. And Nathan Clark, I thought his trim was alright. I thought it was funny when it started, but I think it was alright. No career mode today, Stuart. It's back tomorrow at 2:30. Everyone check out the hot mic. It's really good, says George Carter. Links in the video description. Make sure you use Mark363. Just give it a try. See what you think. You can sink in. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. But ball over the top. Back with the Dortmund goalkeeper. It's fast paced. I tell you what, there's no top 5 chocolate bars or top 5 crisps today, people. We are eyes on the game. Thoughts on Gnabry, says Will. I think he's brilliant against Spurs. That's a dodgy concession of a throw in there. Brandt's looking a bit red-faced. It's probably his skin tone. He's very pale, isn't he? And it's a hot day. Maguire is the English Hummels, says Deal Chapo. Devon says, hot mic is brilliant. I'm glad it's working for you well, everybody. Let us know your experience of it and why it's good. If you are on hot mic, just let me know, because I can't obviously sample it while I'm streaming. Mark, mate, you have a bit of... Oh, Dibsy law. Off you go. See you later. And Mark, do you think Manchester United should have signed Alphonso Davies, says Ilab? I think they had an opportunity to sign Alphonso Davies, but they chose not to. And he went to Bayern Munich, and he was a bit of an unknown player there. I mean, look, Arsenal could have signed Ronaldo, and they didn't do it. I don't think you should ever beat yourself up for not doing things that don't work out. Davian Francis, how do I sync? Come out and go back in, and you should have a sync button on the screen. To just press sync, and you hold your app up to whatever you're watching. You've got to have the audio of whatever game you're watching on to sync, because obviously the app has got me talking, but it can only sync to what you're watching if you've got the audio of your commentary on. You can just turn it on for a couple of seconds. I know it might not be great. Turn on the audio of whatever game you're watching, hold up hot mic my watch along to it, press sync, it will listen to your audio and sync it together, then you turn your audio off your TV or whatever and just listen to the watch along. Gnabry should never have been sold by Arsenal, says Football Re-Randed. He'd be a perfect fit for the Premier League now. No, yeah, it was a stupid sale. Aidan says, this is great. Normally I have to try and sync it up myself, but it does it perfectly and it's amazing. Cool. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but Bayern Munich, Alphonso Davies here. I think that's been the intriguing thing at the moment. Hazard and Hakimi on that right-hand side for Dortmund against Alphonso Davies and Gnabry of Bayern. Bayern starting to come into it a little bit now. 16 minutes in. Dortmund started off quite well. I do think Bayern will just pip them in this game. I think they've got the more quality, but God, we need Dortmund to win. I always feel that the referees in... that's late. He's got to book him. He's not going to book him. He ain't going to book him, but he booked Hummels. I tell you what, the referees in Germany are so biased. They're so biased to Bayern Munich. They are so biased. He didn't even book him. Kimmich. Ref's a joke. I'm going to have to tweet this out. Refs are so biased. Really biased. Dortmund on the attack. Akanji. Into Brandt. Bayern Munich got everyone behind the ball now. I think that's Bayern's strategy here, is to hit Dortmund on the break. And it could be an interesting strategy to have. Victor's given us a tip on Hot Mic. Please use Hot Mic more. Also chances of us signing Werner. Well, I hope we do sign Werner, mate. I really do. But I think that 363 is the code, Ars Gamer. All the details are in the video description on YouTube. I hope we do sign Werner, but I think we are second in queue to Liverpool, to be honest with you. Cross coming in from Muller, easily cleared by Hummels. I don't know. I actually wasn't looking at the time when Hummels got the yellow card, but I can't. It must have been a red card challenge by Hummels to get a yellow card, because the 2 tackles from Bayern were straight yellows and they didn't get a yellow. So mad. Where is the Undertaker's documentary Blitzby? I'd love to watch that. Bayern Munich are in the box. This should be 1-0. Off the line. Oh, bloody hell. Off the line. It wasn't offside either. Into the box. I think it's Gnabry who shoots. It goes past the keeper and it's cleared off the line. We'll see it again in a minute. But that is the best chance of the game. And it's off the line by Dortmund. But Bayern have gone up a gear in the last 5 minutes. Lovely skills there. And now Brandt and Haaland, you've got to make that move. You've got to, oh, come on, Brandt. 2 passes he had there. 2 passes. We'll see the Bayern Munich chance again. Into the box. Cuts it back towards Gnabry. Shoots past the keeper and cleared off the line. Just good positional defence by the defender here, because he's beat the goalkeeper. Definitely going in. And cleared off the line by Dortmund. Big chance. Oh, Hummels pulled Koeman to get the yellow card. He pulled him back, says Hemang. Okay, fair enough. Probably was a yellow. Great defending, says Mikey Walker. Bruno would absolutely destroy this league. Oh no, you can't say Bruno's brilliant now, apparently. You know, it's naive. I was getting slated on Twitter last night for saying that Bruno's one of the top 5 players in the Premier League. I mean, he's only been here 5 minutes. He's got goals and assists, and he was Premier League Player of the Month last year. But to say he's one of the best players in the Premier League is naive, apparently. Do you think Hazard should come to the Premier League, says Joel Morris? Torgan Hazard. I think he'd do quite well. Lewandowski switches the play. They're only just coming in from their own half, though, Bayern Munich here. And again, Dortmund's getting a lot of people behind the ball, which is the tactic of both sides at the moment. 20 minutes gone. Sander says, the syncing works perfectly, Mark, even with Norwegian commentators. Yes, yes. That's what I wanted to know. Thanks for that, Sander. So I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's what I wanted to know, because obviously I'm watching it on BT, but as I understand it, it doesn't matter. The app will automatically sync it in with whatever commentary you've got. Ninja Smurf United says, that last super chatter has no clue how you compare Fergie and Ollie. Fergie turned garbage into gold, and Ollie doesn't know how to use gold. But Kjeld Helsland says, last season, Ron Atkinson 3rd, 4th and 4th. Sir Alex Ferguson's first seasons, 11th, 2nd, 11th, 13th and 6th. My point is, we will be patient. We have a young squad. Even our big legend Sir Alex learnt on the job. Big fan of Ollie there, obviously. And please subscribe to the channel if you're new on YouTube, and share the video. There's a share button underneath. And please, if you're on Hot Mic, there is a share button. Please share it on whatever socials you've got. Really would appreciate that. Cross coming in there, gone out for a throw in. Bayern Munich are turning the screw a little bit here. What do I think of Kingsley Coman, says Govand Oki. I prefer Sancho. Yeah, I prefer Sancho. And Marcus Hertzy says, I got up at 4:15 a.m. because I live in New Zealand and I'm a bloody bloke. No, he didn't say that. But anything to see Haaland play, hopefully Dortmund win. It's hard getting up early in the morning. I always remember when United used to be on tour in America, and used to have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I liked the novelty. I did enjoy the novelty of it. We won't be doing it this year again because there's no bloody tour, is there? But I know a lot of fans around the world, it doesn't matter who you support, they get up at silly o'clock to watch their teams play, and it's every day, isn't it? I get so mad. Borussia Dortmund need to see the runs of Haaland. They're so obvious as Kjeld Helsland. I think you're right there. I think there's been some good runs from Haaland a couple of times, and they've just, Brandt on a couple of occasions, they've just not seen the through ball. Thanks for subscribing, KV Plays. Ars Gamer says Hot Mic doesn't work. Well, it clearly does. And thank you to Callum B for sharing on Hot Mic onto Twitter. I appreciate that. And Targay says, Torgan Hazard has already been in the Premier League. He was at Chelsea and when Eden and younger brother Kylian Hazard was there. There you go. Chance for Bayern Munich. Good shot, good save. It was Koeman that time. Edge of the box, right-hand side. Hit it on target. You'd expect the keeper to save it, but he couldn't hold on to it. He's palmed it out. And Bayern Munich are still on the attack, and they've won a corner. I told you, Bayern Munich have got the thing going at the moment. Oh, Corey07 says Hot Mic works perfectly fine for me. And Davian Francis says it's better than YouTube. Well, thanks for being the guinea pigs on Hot Mic if you are having a go on it. I'll talk about it in a minute because we've got a free kick at the moment. Because some people are like, what is it? And thanks everyone who's been sharing the video on YouTube and on Hot Mic. Really appreciate that. Cross comes in. Get rid. Get rid, Dortmund. Get rid. What are you back healing it for there? No. No, forward. Right, go. It's that final ball. Bippin says, please comment on the artificial fan chants. Well, it's gone out for a goal kick for Dortmund here, so I will explain to everybody what Hot Mic is. In the video description on YouTube, you can download Hot Mic. It's on Apple and it's on Android and it's free. When you do it, use the sign-up code or the invite code Mark363. Then when you're in, you go to Dortmund versus Bayern Munich Watchalong, which is on Hot Mic. It's an app. You can use it on your iPad, your tablet, or your phone. When you go in there, it will say sync. What you need to do then is turn the audio on to whatever you're watching the game, whether it's BT Sports, Norwegian TV, whatever. Turn it on, hold your phone to that audio, press sync, and it will sync in with me. Turn your audio off on your TV, listen to me whilst watching the game, and when the goals go in, it will be perfectly synced in. And it doesn't matter whether you're watching on BT, Norwegian TV or anything. It's also got background news. It's also got background noise when I'm talking with a bit of fan, chanting and stuff like that. So give it a go. Mark, do you rate Jimmy Bollard at Fulham? Says Joel Morris. Well, I'm just watching this at the moment. Dortmund on the attack down the right-hand side. Hakimi cuts it back. Brandt can't get his shot off. Oh, he wanted it to drop to him. They're still in the box. Take a tumble. Oh, they've lost it. Final ball again. Final ball again. Thanks for the contribution, Ninja Smurf United. He says United get Bellingham and loan Gomez back the other way for the season. That would be very good. I like that idea. I tell you what, I'm going to write it down. Bellingham, Gomez. We'll talk about that on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. I like that. That's what I came here for. Sign up code, invite code for Hot Mic is Mark363. Yeah. Nicholas says that the app's a bit weird. Let people know because you are the guinea pigs for it. And Real Madrid have a better team on loan than their actual team, says Nathan. Yeah, they do. Hummels is everywhere, says Oran Kelly. I think the crowd sound is in the actual stadium, says Gustav Hagendal. I don't know. I can't hear it, mate. Loving the hair, Mark, says Beast Mode. So we're 26 minutes in. It's been a good half. I'm tempted to say we need a goal, but I don't want a goal if it's a Bayern goal, so I'm happy with the scoreline at the moment. I want Dortmund to win for the good of the league, and also because I prefer Dortmund to Bayern Munich. Lewandowski's just gone down there. Play on. Flip him in. Brandt. Cross comes in. Haaland tried something spectacular, but they've still got it with Hakimi. He's going to whip it in. Oh, go on, pick it up. You're in, Brandt. Far side on the left. Haaland. Oh, good header. Not going to go for a corner. Alphonso Davies will keep it in. And he gives a throw in away. Do you have any bets on today, Mark? Says Bay Robbins. I haven't had a bet. I haven't had a bet in a long time, and I know football's back and there's no reason not to have a bet, but I just haven't had a bet for a while. I want Dortmund to win, Gentle. That's why I'm saying it. Zizou says, I think you found a gem in this app, Goldie. And what is the code again? You're in, Nick. You don't need the code. It's Mark363. Vidya says, whatever you say, Bayern are going to win. I hope you're wrong. Lewandowski's down injured here at the moment. I think he'll be alright. It was a tasty tackle. I don't know whether they're going to show it back. Lewandowski's hobbling a little bit here. Tasty tackle it was by Piszczek. I can't. I don't even pronounce names that are easy to pronounce. I've got no chance of pronouncing Piszczek. But he cleared it off the line as well, and he also cleared Lewandowski into the sky. But in a separate incident, and it remains 0-0 here. I tell you what, I'll love it if Dortmund win this. I will love it. Me and Kevin Keegan. I tell you what, as well, that camera angle they just showed there, where it goes to the keeper and he kicks it forward, and you see the whole empty stadium. I don't notice no fans in the ground anymore. I'm just watching the game. It's the first. We're half an hour in. And it's the first time that I've really ignored, even though it's there, I can see it again. I'm so focused on the game, I don't notice this anymore. Kean's loving the app. You can sync to your channel in the ESA. Yeah, just come out of the app, come back in and press the audio sync. That's how it works. I'll talk about it at half time again, but... Dortmund on the attack here. He's having a look. He gets it into Haaland. Get his shot off. Oh, he's not connecting with his shots today, Haaland. He's much better than this. He's had about 3 or 4 chances, and it's almost like he's excited. I mean, he's a young lad, but he's not connecting with his shots at all. He's scuffing the shots. That's what I'm trying to say badly. But that was an half decent chance to get a shot on target. Brandt. Go wide. Go wide. Whip it in. Oh, again, it's just that final ball that's just not quite getting the connection. Christopher Casey says it's a good game so far, but it really needs a goal. As long as it's for Dortmund. Hi from Johannesburg, says JMV. And Kobe says, this is a really good app. I prefer it to YouTube. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. Cross is going to come in here. Back post. Goal! Whoa! Why didn't you head it? Oh, Hummels! It wasn't Hummels. It was Delaney. Why didn't Delaney head that on goal? On the back post. Or was it Hummels? They both look a bit similar. Both need a haircut. He's unmarked on the back post. It wouldn't have been an easy header, but he didn't header. He didn't go for goal. He headed it back across goal, and I think he should have gone for goal. Happy days for Bayern. You've got to take your chance. Hi from Cape Town, says Brad. Who's better, Jack Grealish or James Maddison, says Liam Green. That's one for the live comments. For me, I think I've always preferred Maddison. Oh, Haaland. Go on, run. No! He could have gone down. He should have gone down there. That's naive. So he gets it on the halfway line. He skips past the tackle, I think, from Alaba. If he took the tackle, I think it might have been a red card. He doesn't. But Bayern Munich players are running back and they catch him. And he doesn't get a shot off. A little bit clever there, and I think he might have got their centre-back sent off. See how cynical I am? This comes with age. I would have took a tumble. I've just admitted I would have took the foul. This feels intense. Fitness levels are up, says Nick P. And TK17 says the hot mic app is working expertly. What a great idea. I'll give everyone an update on that in a minute. But I think this is a bit more like the Premier League. A bit of quality there. It is. It's a lot quicker, Jack Brown. It is a lot quicker. Davies is so quick, says Jonathan Joggs. He's the real deal, says Sam Sawler, and he is. And Ben Squire has given us a tip on Hot Mic. He says, thanks for all the content recently, top quality. Well, thanks for giving the app a go, and thanks everyone who is giving the Hot Mic a go. I mean, you might not use it after today. Maybe you will use it when we're doing watch-alongs if we use it again. But I just wanted to see what it was all about, because a lot of people, I know, struggle with streams not being synced in, and I think it works for those people who are behind. Well, Alphonso Davies, he's in. Good tackle. Piss check again. He's been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant for them. One off the line, couple of good tackles. But I think that's why. I think this is why Bayern Munich will sign Kai Havertz, because Muller's getting on a bit now, isn't he? He's not Muller light anymore. He's Muller old. Hummels is playing well as well. They're defending well. They are defending well at the moment. Switch the play! Switch the bloody play! Switch the play! Switch the play! What a ball. Lovely ball by Delaney. That was the ball to play. Into the box. Oh, it's all a little bit intricate. Shoot! Dawood. Brandt. Oh, it's that final ball. I nearly poked myself in the bloody eye. I just scratched my bloody face going like that. I need my glasses on. Imagine if I got myself in the eye. That would have been me out. Injured out of a watch-along. What a prat. That really hurt. Final ball of Dortmund's the problem. Smith Jones, thanks for the super chat on YouTube. He says, Chelsea loans their players to good teams that would benefit the players' growth. Gomez to Birmingham would be pointless for his development. He would be better off at Derby or a ball-playing team. Yeah, I think you probably underestimate that Birmingham are not a terrible team that you think they are, actually. I have hurt my face. Hay fever's a lot better today, Dan 11. It's still there, but yesterday was a bad day for it. Taral Al-Mahmed says that it's not syncing with BN Sports. That's surprising that it's syncing with the Norwegian channel. If you're on Hot Mic, let me know what TV station it's synced in with for you, because that would be interesting. It works well with the US channel, says Devon. And Jevry Barnett says it's working great, thanks. I just need this Dortmund goal. We need this Dortmund goal. Come on, Dortmund, give us a goal. Hakimi into Brandt. Holds it up well. Does well. Keep going. A very, very delicate team, Dortmund, on the attack. Here's Hazard coming in towards the box. Final ball again. They use their width really well, Dortmund, as well. There's always a switch ball because of this back five that they play with Hakimi and Guerrera. It works really well. Remember, we might get Sancho one in the second half. I think on the balance of play, Dortmund deserve to be in front. What are you thinking? Right, it's back with the keeper now. Come to Norway for a pint, says House. I'll tell you what, I would love to come to Norway for a pint. I'd love to be in a Scandinavian pub now having a pint with anybody, or a German. Any pub will do. I miss the pub. The code is 363. I'm going to talk to people about that in a minute as soon as there's a break in play. Nicely taken down by Delaney. Hakimi and Alphonso Davies has been such a good battle, because neither of them have played badly. They've both played really well, which is nice to see. Free kick. Dortmund deserve the title, says John Nichols. And Dortmund really miss Sancho, says Mikey Walker. And maybe they've noticed that and will make it harder for United to sign him. Could Manchester United beat either of these teams, says Nicholas Dresler. I think both of these teams would give a lot of the Premier League teams a tough ride. I think they'd beat us. I think they'd beat Spurs. I think they'd beat Arsenal. I think they'd beat Chelsea. I think Liverpool and Man City against these two, I'd fancy Liverpool and Man City to beat them, to be fair. But I think anybody else, these two would beat Leicester. They'd beat Chelsea. they're technically very good and they've got a lot of good players. I just think Liverpool and City... I mean, that's a good point. Where would these two teams be in the Premier League? I think they'd be 3rd and 4th. Yeah. Bayern Munich having a bit of the ball at the moment. Don't concede before half-time. Look at Alphonso Davies. What a run! No, you're not having a penalty for that, mate, even with a dodgy ref. Good run, but he just was off balance a little bit. 2nd and 4th, says Davian Francis. So you'd put one of these ahead of Man City. Interesting. 5th and 6th, says David Garron. So you think Leicester and Chelsea are better than these two? Alex says Spurs beat Dortmund 4-0 on last season, and I agree. Yeah, the most relevant point of your sentence there is last season. Bayern would beat Man City, says Saban. Well, we might have seen that in the Champions League, to be honest. And Primer says they'd be 1st and 2nd, which is interesting, isn't it? Right, 39 minutes gone. Let me talk to you. Link in the video description for Hot Mic. A lot of you might be wondering what it is. If some people are using it at the moment, it's an app. It's available on Apple and Android. And Pavard whips the cross in. Dortmund clear it. He'll shoot. Straight at the keeper. Well hit. Well hit by Goretzka, I think it was. And it was straight at the keeper. Bayern have had the better shots on goal. Dortmund have been very wasteful. Istanbul over 99. Love it all. Lump it, says Jake Kerr. I knew you were a Liverpool fan. It all makes sense now. Yeah, keeper's easily going to save that. Yeah, Hot Mic, link in the video description. It's on Apple and Android. It's free. When you download it, use the invite code MARK363. That will take you to a watch-along of this stream. But on the watch-along for Hot Mic, what it does is, there's a bit of crowd atmosphere noise behind me when I'm talking. There is a live chat as well, like there is on YouTube. But what it has is got this technology in it that syncs it up. So if you're a little bit behind me, Hot Mic's really good, because what it does is, when you go into Hot Mic, it will say, on my stream, sync. You turn the audio on for whatever football match you're watching, you hold it up, you press sync, and it will sync that game in exactly with where I am. So if a goal goes in, you'll see the goal going on there, and it works really, really well. So links in the video description for that, Apple and Android. We might only use it for this game. We might never use it again, but give it a go. A lot of people are in the chat on Hot Mic at the moment, and they're enjoying it. So give it a go. Invite code MARK363. And if you are on the Hot Mic app watching it, can you just click the share button and share it on Twitter and Facebook or whatever, please? It's easy, free to do. I'm a South Shield supporter, Mark, says Jake Kerr. This game makes me feel nostalgic. Playing in the park with your mates as the sun set. Your mum's expecting you home, but you keep going. Don't know why, says Nick P. Oh, mate, I love summer football. But it does make me miss the Euros, because it just reminds me of the World Cup and the Euros. And I think it's going to be an interesting thing with football back this summer, watching domestic football in hot June and July months. So, yeah, I love summer football, and I know what you mean. Come on, Dortmund. They're on the attack now. Brandt out wide to Hakimi. Remember, Bayern will take a point as well. I don't think they're necessarily not playing for that, by the way. Ray says that the final ball has been missing for both sides. Thanks for the super chats coming in on both platforms, but we're on YouTube here. Mark, forget this game. BT Sport 3, United versus Bayern, 99 final. Should be doing a watch along for that. Best game ever in the history of football. We've already done one. Please use this app for the Premier League. It's incredible, says Sebastian Duque. Links in the video description if you want to try it. Make sure you use the invite code MARK363. And yeah, I did a watch along about 5 weeks ago. They showed it on MUTV. I really enjoyed watching Bayern against United again. I hadn't watched it in full for a couple of years, but I'm not doing it again. I only watched it 5 weeks ago. It's because it's the anniversary today, isn't it? The 21st. Bayern have got Dortmund on the ropes a little bit here. I think if Bayern score first, there will be no way back for Dortmund. Dortmund have got to score first in this game. What to say? Oh, it's in. It's in. It's bloody in. Kimmich, what a goal. Keeper's in a right. I told you, this is not what we wanted to happen. It's 1-0 to Bayern Munich, and he's gone and got himself caught in a stupid position here. I've just said it as well. I think this will be game over. I don't see a way back for Dortmund now. It's a stupid goal to concede. It's bad positional sense by the goalkeeper. Kimmich is not in a great position at all. It drops to him on the edge of the box and he chips the keeper and he's too far off his line. That should not be going in. It's class. Absolute class by Kimmich. Absolute class by Kimmich. But the keeper, even there, I think he's got to get a stronger hand on that. Crap keeping, really. 1-0 to Dortmund. And it's a cracking little chip by Kimmich. Disappointing if you want Dortmund to win like me. But I did say I thought it would be difficult for Dortmund to win today. And I think it's going to be very difficult now. But it's the story of the last 10 years in Bundesliga, this is. Bayern Munich just have that little bit extra, no matter what. And that's why they keep winning the league. Yeah. Borussia Dortmund have to get Witsel and Sancho in before the second half, says Kjeld Husseland. I mean, I think it's been quite an equal game. I just think that the quality is there, isn't it? That's where it's gone. 1 minute before on half time as well, says Tom Stainer. Yeah, right before half time. Mark 363 is the code, Mohammed. If you're going to have a go on Hot Mic, what's going on Hot Mic at the moment? Berkey's turning into Karius. These Bundesliga keepers, I tell you, says Nicholas Dresler. And Goldbridge 2020 says, Mark, I'm loving these. You make my day every day, and I love waking up in the morning and watching the morning show. Thank you very much. Put Sancho on at half time, says Alan Camini, and need Sancho on the pitch. Bayern Munich are like Celtic dominating the league, says Colin McAteer. And Berkey is a prat, says Dara. And Shavon is listening all the way from Trinidad. The keeper's a prat. He's just got himself a meter. You know, I played in goal. I never played in goal really competitively, but I used to like, you know, I think we've all done it, haven't we? You go through a stage where you play in goal. And I actually had, because I've done coaching and stuff, I remember we had a coach at one of the teams I played for when I was about 19, and I had an injury once, so I just trained in goal. And it's half time. Dortmund aren't happy, but it's their own fault. Stop the clock. But it's all about your angles when you're in goal. You know, wherever you're stood, you should be able to know that length is covering that bottom corner, that's covering that, that's covering that. It's all about your angles, so that any shot you should be able to go, that's going wide, that's going in. And also it's about perception, about how far away you are from your goal. And what the goalkeeper's done there is, he's always going to stand a bit off his line, because if a shot comes in, he knows, I've got that to that way, that's that way. But unfortunately, he's got himself too far off the line. And also, he should still save it. He's not strong enough with his hand. You jinxed it, Marky boy, says Scott Stevens. I just felt that Bayern Munich were coming into that game. I felt that they were coming into it. Sean says, Jake, that was a silly comment. United winning a treble is better than Liverpool's one title. And that was from Sean O'Brien. And Sean Turner says, Mark, who's the best player you've ever seen live play against United? Mine's Philip Lahm. He was unreal. Well, I have seen Messi play against United. So, although it wasn't that good in that particular game that I watched. I don't know, you know. I mean, I've been lucky enough to see some really good players. But standout performances. I think most of the good players I've seen against United haven't actually played well in that game. Haaland needs to step up in the big games, Mark. Please say he's not another Lukaku, says Saban. And Kimmich is a class act, says Stephen Oggy. Sunil, you don't know the game I'm talking about because you definitely didn't destroy us in that game because we beat them. And on my television, I'm hearing crowd noises. Have they edited them in? Says Darshan. I don't know. And Al Phenomenon. Mark, any plans for the summer due to Spain allowing visitors from July the 1st, says David MC. I don't know. I think whatever any other country's doing is somewhat second to what my country's doing at the moment, because you might not get back in. Look, it's 1-0 to Bayern Munich. It was a fantastic goal by Kimmich. I think it's been a very equal half, but I predicted this before. I just think Bayern Munich always find that little bit extra because they have got that little bit extra quality. And Kimmich find that, to go for that shot was cheeky. The keeper should do a little bit better, but when you do something like that, and he did get it right, sometimes, you buy a lottery ticket, you win the lottery. It was class by Kimmich, and Kimmich is class, but keeper needed to do a bit better, and I think it makes it very difficult now. Tommy 1998, thanks for the tip on Hot Mike. He says, you're so good at what you do. Keep me sane during tough times. Thank you, Tommy. I really appreciate that. We've got 334 people watching on Hot Mike, which I think is amazing for us debuting our first ever stream on there. So thanks everyone who's given it a go. Let me know what you think about it. We may well use it more for watch-alongs, certainly. Can't believe it's synced in, says Dara. Mark, do you think the mid-table and lower end of the league players will shine with no fans away? Less pressure and they won't panic on the ball, says Trent Singh. Well, I think one of the interesting things about this game is that I felt that Bayern Munich were playing this as the away team. They let Dortmund have the ball and they hit them on the break a bit. And it was almost like it was Dortmund at home. And it is Dortmund at home, but there's no advantage at home. It's an empty ground. So Bayern Munich did play it as the away team, and it's worked for them. I imagine if this was at Bayern Munich's ground, Bayern Munich would be more on the front foot and Dortmund would be more sat back. So psychologically, even though there's no crowd there, I still think teams are approaching it with their... Because tactics are different whether you're home or away. I think with the lesser clubs we've seen in the Bundesliga, though, that teams aren't going to be intimidated, are they? And they're going to go and express themselves. Jake Kerser's opinion on Lee Catamol, well, wasn't very good. I think the smaller sides need that extra push from the fans, especially in the bottom area, says M-Shay Gaming. And I've got to be honest, I haven't really noticed that there isn't any crowd now. I just watch the football. And I know you do see it subconsciously. I've just switched off. I'm just focusing on the game. And I thought that was a really good first half. Because it's a proper game. I want to watch it. It's got a lot riding on it. It's not just, I'm watching a bit of German football because there's nothing else. I'm really engaged in this because I want Dortmund to win. It's a top of the table game. I think if Bayern win, they win the league. I don't think anyone will catch them. Davies won't leave Bayern for Man United. Keep dreaming. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Nico P. No way is that going to happen. Please, can I just say to both Hot Mic and YouTube, please share the video. There's a share button underneath. You can share it on your Twitter and Facebook. Please do share it. That would be really appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, please subscribe at bottom right hand corner. We've just gone over 552,000. So get involved. We do watch-alongs on here. I normally do FIFA every day as well. I didn't do it today, but that will be back tomorrow. We'll have a look we'll have a look now. Actually, what's the next watch-along going to be? I can tell you. There are games tomorrow, but there's nothing that jumps out at me from the German game, so I won't be doing any of those. Leverkusen on Friday against Freiburg at 7:30. Doubt I'd do that. Saturday, again, there's not a 2:30 game that jumps out. Bayern Munich are at home to Fortuna Düsseldorf, which they'll win. Sunday, Paderborn against Dortmund. I mean, a lot depends on this game. A lot depends on this game, doesn't it? And where we go from after that. But poor goalkeeping, a lucky goal, says James Miller. I think you've got to give credit to Kimmich for taking the shot on. But the keeper should do better. They definitely should do better. What am I having for my tea, says Johnny on Hot Mic. I'm going to pasta bake. I'm bloody starving as well. And we have got United stand at 8 o'clock. Yes. Leipzig watch along tomorrow, says Davian Francis. I'll have a look who they're playing, but I need to do YouTube tomorrow. And Goldbridge 2020 says, I saw your Arsenal vlog from last year earlier when you walked around the ground. I haven't laughed so much in ages. That's on my channel, isn't it? I enjoyed doing that. I need to do that more. People will say Haaland is lazy, says Computer World. And we've had a super chat from Luke Johnson. He says, easy to see why Sancho flourishes. Dortmund play great football. If Ollie continues with no style of play, it won't work no matter who we get. I think what I would say is the way Dortmund move the ball about is very impressive. And Bayern Munich do it as well. But yeah. It is 1-0 to Bayern Munich. That's where we're at the moment. Vandy Candy says, thanks for all the likes and the super chats. And I echo that. Thank you very much. Thanks to our moderators tonight as well, Vandy Candy. Mark, who is the best left back in the world? Says Jay Cartwright. I'll let the live comments decide on that. Who is the best left back in the world? Luke Shaw has obviously got to be in the battle for that. I think Andy Robertson to me is a definite shout. Yeah, I do rate him, even though he plays for Liverpool. I think he's a very good player, and for me, he's probably the best left back in the world. Alphonso Davies, I think, is on track to be one of the best. Very good player, and for me, he's probably the best left back. You do still get the crowd noise at half time. Magic. Absolutely magic. That's on the Hot Mic app, sorry. Interesting. Thanks for the super chat, Sukizaki. He says, Kimmich in real life or Tonali on your career mode? Tonali on my career mode is pretty good, isn't he? But you've got to go with the real life. It's a lovely chip. Keeper's too far off his line and actually should have saved it. He gets a full hand on it, but doesn't when he should have done. And Heart Mike is working well now, says Ars Gamer. I think Kimmich is the best fullback right now, says Sunil. But he doesn't play fullback, does he? He plays as a holding midfielder as a CDM. Half chances for Dortmund in that game. Adama Traore or Sancho to United, says Jensen Shaw. I mean, there's only one answer to that. Definitely Sancho. Mark, we need a typical striker because every club has a typical striker, says Sartak. Who would you compare yourself to when you're playing football, says John? Probably a bag of cement these days with my back. But I used to be, when I was up until about 13, I used to be really skillful. I'd be more like a Steve McManaman sort of player because I was tall. And then I probably became a bit of a Roy Keane type player because I'd play sort of midfield and centre-back. Yeah. Obviously not as good as that, but I was good on the ball, could carry the ball, liked to tackle, quite mouthy. Just me, or has Muller been around forever? Quality player, says Alex Prentice. Yeah, he is a good player. He must be coming towards the end of his career, which is why I think Bayern Munich will go for Kai Havertz. I'll be very surprised if they don't. Right, Havertz or Brandt, says Alex Canali. I would say Havertz at the moment, and... Hi Mark, you need to use this app for United games because it's bloody brilliant, says Marcus Hertzy. What is it that's great about the app for people who are on Hot Mic? Because I've not used it, I'm trialling it, I know what it does, but what is it that you enjoy about it? Let's go back to YouTube. You've inspired me to do a career mode on FIFA, says Roddy Simpson. I don't know how I can inspire people because I'm shit at it, but there you go. Lethargic Haaland, says Queck. I tell you what, this next 45 minutes... Dortmund have got to turn up. They've got to turn it around in the next 45 minutes because if they don't, the league title's gone. Prince9 says, what app has he joined? Okay, I'll spend the next 30 seconds just going through it very, very quickly again. Link in the video description for Hot Mic. It's on Apple and on Android. When you sign up, use the invite code MARK363. That will take you into a watch-along, the same watch-alongs that's on YouTube, but Hot Mic is different. You get a bit of crowd noise behind my commentary, which people seem to like. But more importantly, you can sync in your TV with my commentary without having to do it on the timer on YouTube. So what you do is, when you've got Hot Mic, you'll go into my watch-along and it will say on the thing, sync. What you do is, you go up to your TV, you turn the audio to your TV on when the game's on, you press sync, and that will automatically sync my commentary with your TV. So that when a goal goes in, your TV will have a goal go in. Because I've already synced this commentary with Hot Mic. So they've got all the details of where I am. So when you press sync on your audio on your TV, it will sync in with mine. That's how it works. Links in the video description. Give it a go. We're just trialing it today for a watch along, but a lot of people, and there is a super chat. There is a chat comment section which I've got access to both. So similar but different. Give it a try. See how you find it. Ben Abraham says, "What's the point in that?" But there's a lot of people who are enjoying it, Ben, because some people are quite far behind our streams. Like they might be 30 seconds behind or whatever. And as Marcus says, because we can sync to the TV and pair with the watch-alongs. Exactly. So it works for some it doesn't. And the best part is the auto sync, says Ewan. And do you think Champions League and Europa League football will be back, says David Knowles. I do. I think it'll be back in August. I think we'll have a summer of football in the August. Do you rate Julian Brandt? I tell you what, I do rate Julian Brandt, but I don't rate Julian Brandt in this game. I think he's been a bit sloppy, and I think they have been sloppy in the final third, and I think this is where you find out who the decent players are, because doing it against Schalke and teams like that's fine. I detect an element of nervousness in this Dortmund side, and I think that is why in the final third they've not taken their opportunities, because they've had opportunities. Bayern Munich had one cleared off the line, remember, but Bayern Munich have been Bayern Munich have been more clinical in their shot selection, whereas Dortmund have looked hurried. They don't look calm, they don't look natural, and they're going to have to find something in this second half, because if they don't, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in proper trouble. But currently it is 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Get my stream back on. I'd lost my live comments there for a moment. Darren says, can you use this app more? It's class. Well, we're always going to do it off YouTube, but we might do more on here simultaneously because it's worked all right today. Need that Sancho pace to take it up a level, says MShay Gaming. Look, it could all be set up for Sancho to come on and do something in this second half, couldn't it? And I hope it is. Sancho's coming on, says Gerard, and he is coming on, which is, they've got to do it. They've got to go for it. And let's do a tweet on that as well. Yeah, there will be an 8 o'clock show on the United stand as well. Just for those who are interested, we will be doing that. But if you're enjoying Bundesliga football, unless you like it being a little bit boring because Bayern Munich have already won it, Bayern Munich will go 7 points clear at the top if they win today. Even a draw isn't really that good. So we need Dortmund to come back into this game. Look, I know people will be supporting Bayern Munich and you'll be very happy about that, but I just think that for the good of the league, you need to see we need to see Sancho's coming on. Yeah, we need to see a different result. We need to keep this Bundesliga interesting, and I think if Dortmund win, it becomes uninteresting. If Bayern win, it becomes uninteresting. So we're just about to start the second half here. And Lewandowski's ready as well. Let me start the timer here as well. Come on, Dortmund. Give us a second half to be happy with. Ref, come on. We're off. Second half. And it's Bayern Munich on the attack straight away. Oh, it's gone out for a corner. Bloody hell, that is not the start to the second half we need to see. Do better than that, Bayern, Borussia Dortmund. Emre Can, has he come on as well then? Because they must have made a double substitution here. Let me have a look. No time for losers for Dortmund. They've had to make a couple of changes here at half time. That's not right. Cross comes in, get rid of it. Why is my thing not refreshed? Here we go. God, my BBC thing is crap. They're so far behind. I'll update you in a moment. Really poor. Yeah, they're on 628. What the bloody hell's going on there then? Anyway, Bayern Munich on the ball at the moment. Going back to Manuel Neuer. I'm bloody starving. What's everyone having for the tea? Just to make me even more hungry. Ball over the top. Koeman's in. How is he onside, for God's sake? How is he onside there? It's got Akers on the right-hand side. He whips the cross in too hard and it goes over Lewandowski. But how the hell does that... How the hell is he onside there? You've got to look at that, Dortmund. He's got so much space down that right-hand side. They've got to find a bit of something in the second half. So Emre Can's on for Dortmund and Sancho's on for Dortmund. They've got to speed this up. Yeah, Chan was on the bench, so he's definitely come on. Come on, Dortmund. Get an early goal back and make them scared. Well, if you're a Sancho fan, this is the sort of game you want to see. Can he do bits against Bayern Munich? Can he turn this game around? Blueberry pancakes for Grant. I like it. Scrambled eggs and bacon, says Gustav. I like this. Mark, do you think that you're too quick to back the next big thing? Haaland over Lewandowski in terms of ability would be like a Ford and Ferrari, says Joshua Harper. No, I to be honest, shot straight at the keeper there from Dawood. Good hit, but it was straight at the keeper. Why does Haaland touch give me Lukaku vibes, says Yazar Said? Because he's tall, isn't he? You know, it's hard to have a decent touch when you're that big. Lewandowski's better than Haaland. I didn't say that. I was asked the question who I would take at United, and I said I'd take Haaland because there's longer term. God, Marcus is having macaroni cheese, love it. Oscar says that City are a bigger club than Dortmund. Mate, have you seen it when the cop's full at Dortmund? Then you'll see what fans are all about. You can't even fill a wheelbarrow. Sancho's runs off the ball are so good, says Sean Turner. Do you agree that Bruno is better than Pogba, says Nathan on the live chats on Hot Mic? No, I think Pogba's the better talent. I think it's about what you do with it, isn't it? Spag bowl for Jay Cartwright. I'll have some of that. When lockdown's over, I'm going to do this again, and then the best person, I'm going to say I'm coming round for dinner. Oh, Haaland, terrible touch again. Those Lukaku vibes. I'll tell you what, whoever said that, I've forgotten the name already. Good point. Very good point. If you're watching on Hot Mic, could you do me a favour and just press the share button underneath and share it on your socials? I'd really appreciate that. As many people who can sort of give it a try as possible. The more feedback, the bigger the focus group, the better the feedback you get. You see, so you are the eyes and ears of this trial tonight. So please just share it. That would be appreciated. Nice hair, Mark. Beast mode. You've said that twice, and I've read it twice. It shows you how vain I am, and my eyes pump into nice things. Nice comments. Guerrero going forward is brilliant, says Pieface. Chicken and mushroom pie and chips, says Cade. Oh, despair. I'd love that. Chips and a pie. Probably some baked beans as well. Poor ball out the back. Bayern. I did say Bayern 3-1, didn't I? Dortmund have got to go for this. It makes it an interesting game, but they can't get hold of the ball at the moment. Hakimi. Oh, that's got to be a yellow. Definitely not going to give it, is he? Crap. The ref's crap. Pass the bake for my T. Abdel Akhtar. Chicken fried rice, says Mike Parker. Medium rare steak, John. Tell you where I'd like to be tonight because it's sunny out. I'd love to be finishing this tonight, doing United stand at 8 o'clock, standard. And then when that's over, walking out my front door and suddenly I'm in Mallorca. and I'm walking along the beach to a nice restaurant by the side of the beach. Nice cold beer, nice steak, jacket potato wrapped in foil, bit of alioli, nice salad. Probably have 2 pints, banging. I love that. This time of year, love it. Final pass is missing for Dortmund, says Tony Garner. It is. Referee's biased, says Shrypad. I thought I was going to say Sinbad. I don't know why. The names are smaller on Hot Mic. That's the problem. Chili rice and chips with naan bread, says David Flitcroft. You lot are eating like kings. Oh, poor ball there by Sancho. Needs to get with it a bit. Oh, that's poor by Sancho. Poor ball in to Lewandowski. And then Lewandowski threw him off it. Sancho don't look up for it at all, does he? He's carrying too much timber. Sancho. No, cross there, and I tell you what, Lewandowski was not far away. And Sancho's had he's having a terrible time at the moment. He's having a right bad few minutes there. He just does not look fit at all. He looks way off the pace. He looks like me. If I went and tried and played football, he's not match sharp or anything. Looks like we're close to agreeing wages with Igalo to extend his loan. Would you rather keep him on a permanent deal or buy Josh King? Says Sean Turner. Don't depress me. I think either of those options are just very depressing, to be honest. Good shot, good save. Muller. And another block there from Lewandowski by Hummels. And it's Bayern who are pushing closer at the moment. It wasn't Muller, it was Goretzka actually. Bottom corner, good save. They're turning the Dortmund are bottling it, says Tabish, and they are at the moment. They're getting really pushed back. Bayern Munich are going through the gears here. Lockdown was terrible for Sancho, says Jadon12. Mark Sancho is a right midfielder. He plays on the left for Dortmund, says Ahmed Aman. I mean, I've seen him playing off the right a lot, Ahmed. I think today he's definitely playing off that left-hand side. It's not looking good for Dortmund at the moment, though. Bayern Munich are definitely on top here. Sancho's head's in Manchester, says Sean Turner. Here he is. No, he's just not. It's just not working for him. It's not working for him at all. Pogba out, says typical Bundesliga. It's boring. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think Sancho's fat at all. God, no. I think it's just... These are high-end footballers. They don't carry any weight, do they? So all that Sancho's done is he's just carried a little bit of weight. He's probably put a bit of weight on lockdown, hasn't he? But not, to me, if he was me or you, we'd be really fit. This is easy for Bayern Munich at the moment. And George Nichols says, why has Sancho been on the bench? I think we all know, because he's just not fit, is he? He's been carrying a calf injury as well, so he's probably not been able to train as much as he would want to. But what we've seen of Sancho in this first 11 minutes is not a glimpse of what Jadon Sancho's like at all. He's just not with the pace at all. Sancho don't look interested at all. I think it's not only his form that makes him on the bench, says Kelt Hulseland. I think it is. He's not fit. I don't like it when people say people are fat, because I think that's unfair. But he's clearly not in his peak condition, and that's going to have an impact, isn't it? That's why he's not being picked. But I feel that there's a second goal coming for Bayern Munich at the moment, and I think they can sense it, because Dortmund are doing nothing in the final third at the moment. Charlie Catton says, "Is this, in all seriousness, could it be a sign that Sancho's distracted?" I don't know. I think if he looked physically fit, I would say, well, maybe he's a bit distracted, but he needs a shave and a trim, says Ethan. Yeah, I don't think he looks distracted. I just don't think he looks fit, and that's the issue, isn't it? First time I've been able to catch you live in a month or so, Mark, says Matake. Missed these watch-alongs. Can't wait for United 1. Have a beer on me. Cheers, pal. I can't wait for the Premier League to come back. Sancho's here on the edge of the box. Plays it back to... Ooh. Can he get a shot in? Haaland, hit it! Twat! Oh, my God. Why does he always have to take a touch? He gets it in the box. He should hit this first time anyway. He takes a touch and then hits it towards the bottom corner, and it hits a Bayern Munich player who's on the floor. On the arm. Oh, come on. That's going in. That's a goal. That's going in. That is ridiculously unlucky. That's actually going in, and it hits him on the arm. How is that not a penalty? Am I missing something here? I know it's not on purpose, but it stops a bloody goal. I mean, surely there's got to be an element of common sense there. That's going in. The ball travels a long way. I'm not saying Boateng does it on purpose, but it hits his bloody arm. His arm's not in an unnatural position, so technically it's probably not a penalty. But the fact that it stops a goal, I just don't get it. It's a penalty all day long, Sean Turner. I don't know. I just think the rules are broken. Like, accidental or not, unintentional or not, that's a goal, and it hits an illegal part of somebody's body, and that stops a goal. So the rules are joke. Absolute joke. I don't think it is a penalty, by the way, because I think technically his arm's not in a unnatural position. He can't do anything about it. But I think also, I'm not saying he should be sent off or anything like that. I'm just saying that they should have an extra line in the red card in the handball rules that if it hits any part of the arm and it was going to go in, it's a penalty, because it stopped a goal with an illegal part of his body, hasn't it? And I think Scary Bickles is right. If that had happened in the Premier League, it would have been reviewed on VAR. It's not even been looked at. The refs are all biased towards Bayern Munich anyway. I've seen that time and time again. But I still think Haaland should have hit that first time. He always seems to want to take a touch today. Imagine if that had gone in as well. Half an hour to try and get a winner. Moneyball's very good, Albin. It is. But I have seen it. I wouldn't mind watching it again though. Nathan says he thinks refs are on Bayern's payroll. Dortmund are coming into it a bit at the moment. They're finding a bit of width, which is good. Here's Hazard. I think they're trying to pass it into the goal, though. Just get a bloody shot off. Another corner. They haven't even shown a replay of that handball, you know. It's clearly not. It's clearly the normal. Zane Scope says, I think by the rules it still prevents a goal, so it's a pen. Well, I tweeted it out. I'll have a look. I'll tell you what people say on Twitter, because you always get cynics on Twitter, so let's see what they're going to say. I said, how the hell is it not a penalty for Dortmund? It's gone in and it's hit his arm. Where's VAR? Scripted. No appeals, mate. Says Bellerin. Penalty all day. Didn't even go to VAR. Nothing to see there. Guaranteed goal and he handballs it. Shambles. Penalty that. Clear pen. That's Bundesliga referees for you. So actually, to be fair, there's a lot of confusion. But you know what? Also, as well, we are watching a country's football that's not the one we normally watch, is it? Which film did I watch on Saturday? Dan 11. I watched Creed 2. I must admit, in the first 5 minutes, I wasn't going to watch it. I was like, this is going to be shit. And then I stuck with it. It's the same as Creed 1. There's nothing wrong with it. They're watchable films, but they ain't Rocky 3 and they ain't Rocky 4. Like, they're just not that. They're okay. And it was okay. But it's not the originals for me. We needed Dortmund. We needed that to go in. We needed that to go in for Haaland. We needed it to go in. That's what we needed to happen. Come on, Dortmund, find a way through. And Miki has given us a tip on Hot Mic and says, getting Alphonso Davies from the MLS shows how good Bayern scouting is. Well, we were involved in the scout, looking at him. We just didn't go for him. But yeah, Bayern Munich's and Dortmund's scouting is very good. It is good. Well, my worry at the moment is that I think even if Dortmund score, it's going to be a draw, and that's not good enough. But this is so typical of... this is a bit like my FIFA career mode, actually, Bayern Munich. They just always, even in the tight games, they find a way of winning. I don't get that. I'm still confused by that penalty decision. If anybody missed it, Haaland has a shot. It's going in the bottom corner. Halfway between the shot and the bottom corner is, I think it's Boateng on the ground. And it... You know, his arm, he's not intentionally doing it, but it hits his arm, which flicks it wide for a corner. There's been no replays of it. There's been no VAR of it. There wasn't even any appeal about it. But for me, it's a penalty. Like, I don't get it. It's a penalty because it's a goal that's not given because it's his arm. I'm just wondering if technically, because he's not done it on purpose and he can't move his arm out the way, he can't, it's technically not a penalty. But I think the rule, you need to add that into the rules. I'm not saying red card Boateng, but what I am saying is he stopped a goal with his arm. How can that ever be right? Come on. Go on. Trying to do it all on his own, Dawood here. And he's got a yellow card. I don't think that was a yellow card either. I think the ref's absolutely shite. Dawood gets a yellow card here. Goes for the ball. No. nothing yellow card about that. He actually wins the ball. It's an accidental follow through. We've all had one of those. Well, I haven't seen anybody yet say why it's not a penalty. Going for good Premier League, going for good Premier League players is frowned upon, but we're now doing what Bayern have done for years. It works. Look at Roy Keane, Mane, Andy Robertson, says Joshua Harper. Yeah, well, look at what we've done with Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire as well. .23 minutes to go. Thanks everybody who's given Hot Mic a go. I think there's a lot of people who have enjoyed it, so we may try it out again. If there's any feedback for it, get in the comments on Hot Mic, whether it's good or bad. For those who haven't tried it, links in the video description. Maybe try it for the last sort of 20 minutes. It's on Apple and Android. The links are in the video description. You can download it for free. Use the invite code MARK363, and then when you're in there, it will take you to my stream, which is exactly the same as what you're watching on YouTube, but it's got crowd noise as a background, which adds to the atmosphere, I suppose. But the big thing about it is, and it has got a live comments as well, but the big thing is, what you do is when you go in there, it will say, you'll see me on the screen, it will say sync, turn the audio on for your game that you're watching, whether it's BT or whatever, press that and it will sync in with me, so that when you're watching it on the Hot Mic app, you are exactly where you are in the game with me. So when the goal goes in, I'll be going, goal! Give it a try. The last 20 minutes. Links in the video description, and make sure you use the invite code of Mark363. And thanks everyone who has been giving it a go. Biased Munich, says Sripad. And this is Bundesliga. Why it's so one-sided, says Darren. I like it because you can close your phone and still listen, says Kean Riley. I didn't know you could do that as well. So you can turn your phone off and you can still listen to the watch-along. There you go. And Bundesliga or La Liga, says William Harrison. We'll be doing some La Liga watch-alongs in June before the Premier League comes back, so we'll be able to give that a watch. Dortmund on the attack. Emre Can, ridiculous attempted to shot from 35 yards. Dortmund are becoming desperate here, and that will play into Bayern Munich's hands, I'm afraid. Sing some Oasis, says Nicholas. Trying to think of one that's apt for this. Dawood. I think the thing is as well, Dortmund have obviously got a few players that are just not fit, because Witsel should be playing in this game. Chan doesn't look fit. Sancho doesn't look fit. And Ashutosh says that Bundesliga clubs become absolutely spineless when they face Bayern. I might do some NBA watch-alongs when it comes back, actually. I don't know anything about basketball, but I think I'd be quite good. Oh, he's bouncing the ball towards the goal. He's hooped it. Back of the net. And dropped through the net. Oh, he's done a nice throw there. He's thrown it towards the hole, and that's 3 points. What a jump. He's like he's on a trap. He's leaping like a salmon. Yeah, I think I'll be good at NBA. Do an F1 watch along in July, says Dan11. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. The trouble is about doing other sport watch-alongs. You do need to have a grasp of the rules, and I just don't have the grasp. Like NHL, I like NHL, the National Ice Hockey League, but I don't know all the rules. There's some stuff in ice hockey. I remember playing NHL hockey on the Mega Drive. Go on, Sancho. Keep it in down the left-hand side. It's my lover's neighbour's birthday, says Kerjay. Cross comes in. Oh, why don't you gamble on it, Haaland, you twat? What a twat. He's had a right crap game. He knows it. The cross by Sancho is delightful. It's curled in towards the back post. Neuer can't get there. And Haaland should have gambled. And he didn't. Would love to see you do a 220 career mode. It's got a great storyline. Also, who is your NBA team? Mine is the Lakers, says Mr. A. Yeah, mine's the Jammers. Yeah. Flat track bully is Haaland, says Twali. And now Bayern Munich are running 3 against 3 into Koeman. What is he doing? He's got a weird cross on him, Koeman, you know. I don't even know what he was on about there. Well, I think at best it's going to be a draw, and I think Bayern Munich could be very happy with that. Have you seen White Lines on Netflix, as George Nichols? No. I'm not doing FIFA today. FIFA's back tomorrow. That should be a yellow card as well. If you see, he doesn't get a yellow card for that, and he doesn't even get the ball. Dawood gets a yellow card for tackling somebody and following through a bit. Dortmund, the streets behind Bayern, says Kurt. Jacob Milne on the hot mic says, why does Koeman twat the ball across the pitch when there's a decent cross on? He's done it twice, mate. He smashes his crosses across the face of goal. Haaland's gone off, he's injured. Who's my NHL team? Who did Mario Lemieux used to play for? Pittsburgh Penguins, wasn't it? I bet they're shit now. Let's see if Haaland will be arrogant in the interviews after the match if Dortmund lose. Also, perhaps he does not speak English properly, says Ajmal Cosman. Down the right-hand side for Hakimi. Keep going. Oh, that's a foul. He's got to give that one. Yellow card for Alphonso Davies. Look at the refs. Look how they surround the refs by Munich as well. They remind me of United when we were good. Reina, he's a good player. I like Reina. He does get the ball. Alphonso Davies does get the ball, to be fair. Mark, what do you think? Who do you think is better, Neuer or De Gea? Chris H. Probably Neuer at the moment. As an NBA fan in the US, I'd love to see you do NBA, says Ahmed Aman. Yeah, it would be comical and annoying for people who like NBA. Right, free kick here for Dortmund around the edge of the box. They need to bloody score. They won't score from here. This is one of those ones where you think, ooh, they need me on the controllers. I score these on FIFA. It's one of the things I'm actually good at. But they won't score from here. Mark, do you remember Speedball 2 on the Amiga? It was like a brutal robot version of ice hockey. Yeah, Nick P, I do remember that. Right. Straight at the keeper. Guerrero. It's just a crap free kick. Straight at the keeper. You got to do better than that. Please subscribe if you're new on the YouTube, by the way. Let's have a look how we're doing. Mark, do you think Bayern have maybe underachieved in the Champions League recently, or have they been unlucky with Real Madrid and Ronaldo dominance, as Charlie Catton? I think that PSG and Bayern Munich do suffer because at this time of the year, they normally have the title wrapped up, so it's hard to change gear from, you know, having it easier in your domestic league and then playing challenging Champions League games. I think you do benefit from having a challenging domestic league. Which this season I thought that Bayern Munich maybe would do, but they're on the attack here with Alphonso Davies. It's 4 versus 4. Muller. And it's going to go out, that is. Oh no, he's kept it in. He's done well. Yeah, please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner on YouTube. Kimmich with the cross. Get it out. They're running out of time, Dortmund here. They're running out of time. Danny says, will you stop gassing about Sancho? I haven't bloody said anything. I've said he's a good player and he doesn't look fit. That's not gassing, is it? Now the overlap. Sancho down the left-hand side. Dawood is going to shoot. I knew he was going to shoot, and that's desperation at this time. Guerrero, he's going to shoot as well. No, he's not. Gives it to Shan. He will shoot. Oh, ref. Dink it. Got it. What a miss! What a bloody miss! Torgan Hazard misses. What a cross by Emre Can. And how does he not put it in? I don't know what's happening here. You think he's offside anyway. He's miles off. He still should have bloody scored. I'm glad for him he was offside because he should have scored. Career mode back tomorrow, Shy Kid Lose. I'll tell you what, thanks everyone. I want to give everyone a shout out on Hot Mic because we've got 338 who've been trialling it out, and I think 800 people have followed us on That's Football on Hot Mic. Well, 796. We're 4 away from 800. So if anybody on YouTube wants to just download it and use the invite code Mark363 and just have the last 10 minutes trying it out, that would be great. But yeah, thanks everyone. And Will says he's enjoying it. Can I have a shout out? You've just had it, Will. I think Bayern Munich's formation exposes the attack, says Zane Scope. And back the Penguins, says Nicholas. And it's a good app, says Shongi. I like Dawood, Ehab. I do like Dawood. I think he's a good player, and I think he would suit the Premier League a lot. How old is Dawood? He'd be a very good... I think, you know where he'd be good? I think he'd be good at Man City. I think he's that sort of a midfielder. He's good on the ball, and he could be the holder. But they've got Rodri, haven't they? So, but they're running out of time here. 12 minutes. He's 25, Dawood. Thanks everyone in the live comments. Super app, says Albin. And great app. I'll use it again. Good. I don't know whether we will. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sancho. Come on, Dortmund. Chan's going to hit one from miles out. No, he's not. He thought about it. Hakimi with the cross. 10 minutes to go. Hot Mic's an app. It's not on PC. So there's going to be a last substitution here for Dortmund. It's going to be Mario Götze coming on, formerly of Dortmund, then Munich, then back to Dortmund. And Piszczek comes off, so they'll go 4 at the back. In EuroLeague is way more entertaining, even though the quality is worth more tactics. NBA is just a bunch of individual coach. Doesn't even matter, says Animas Akramas. Hazard's got the family bottom. Good game. Hit it. Dawood. Oh, good save by Nior. And it's offside. Yeah, again, Dawood's hit 2 okay shots, but they've been straight at Manuel Neuer. I don't know how you say his name. I've always called him Manuel Neuer. Somebody do it on live comments somewhere and tell me, break it down in how you... Type it how you say it. Manuel Neuer. Get rid of it. Neuer. Manuel Neuer, is that it? Get rid of it. Neuer. 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 There you go. Manuel Neuer. You see? It's Manuel Neuer. There you go. I will remember that now. Told you Alaba is a machine. Makes Boateng look good. says Joshua Harper. And do you think an African team will ever win the World Cup, says Timmy H? I do think they will win it one day, but I don't think... I remember when it was like... I remember thinking it was Italia 90 when Cameroon did well. And somebody, it might have been Pele, said, an African team will win it by 2010 or something like that. Time moves by very quickly, trust me. I don't think an African team's going to win the World Cup any time before 2040. And even then, they might not have won it. I think they will win one day because there's a lot of good players. But, you know, Lewandowski... Oh, he's at the post. Bloody hell. Edge of the box, left foot, curls it, keeper's beaten, hits the post. But, you know, saying an African team's going to win it, well, what about an Asian team or a North American team? It's hard, isn't it? Because, you know, Brazil and Germany and everyone else ain't going to go anywhere. I mean, England's not won it for how many years? And we're far better equipped than an African team with the infrastructure we've got and the money we've got. Well, all we can hope for now is a draw, but it's looking like a Bayern Munich title. 7 points clear. One goalkeeping error. And also, there are a lot of players that could play for African clubs that end up playing for European clubs, as we know. Not going to name names, but you know. Whoa! You can't do that. Referee should go back and give a yellow for that, sliding in like that. Come on, Dortmund. At least get a draw. I think they deserve a draw, don't they? You wouldn't argue if they did get a draw. I don't want Coutinho at United. I think it'd be good for Arsenal. Mexico's in North America. Yes, it is. They never won the World Cup, though, have they? And Mikey's right. A lot of Africans do move to other parts of the world because of war and poverty as well. Yeah, this is what I mean. Infrastructure... money has a lot to say in teams that are successful. Witsel comes on. Of course, we've seen today the amount of subs used a lot, haven't we? Because they can use 5 subs, and I think today they have. Dawood's coming off with 5 minutes to go. I think he's played well for Dortmund. Witsel comes on. And they've been awful in the final third, says Mine. Yeah, I think Bayern Munich have been far better in the final third. That league table does not look good. Come on, little bit of luck. Ref with the Megs. Witsel, you're going the wrong way, mate. Going the wrong bloody way. What will I do if Dortmund scores, says Jonathan Gallagher? You're not going to see it because I don't think they're going to score, but... "5 minutes to go. Why isn't Royce playing?" says KK on the hot mic chat. I presume he's... I'll take a hazardous guess here and say he's injured. He's always bloody injured. Goal kick. Still think they should have had a penalty. Yes, I still think they should have had a penalty. I don't really understand it. I imagine it's some stupid area of the rule that it wasn't a deliberate handball. But if it's stopping something going in the net, I don't understand how it can't be a penalty. But, you know, it is what it is. They needed to win anyway. We needed them to win. Jacob Miller says, have you ever considered doing a Tranmere Rovers career mode on FIFA? Funnily enough, no, I haven't. There's not going to be a career mode today. It will be tomorrow. I said I'd try and do one today, but I just ran out of time. And obviously doing this watch along has taken up a lot of my day. So I had to do some other stuff today as well. Can we get a late goal for Dortmund? I just don't think we will. At the moment, they're just passing the ball about with not a lot going on. They've got to press them high up the pitch now, Dortmund. I mean, you've got no time left. Press up high up the pitch. Just if you lose 2-0, you lose 2-0, don't you? I tell you what, Bayern Munich are really dirty in their tackles, and the referee just doesn't seem to care. Like even Perisic there, he sort of does a scissor tackle to get the ball. It's a fucking foul. Title race over, says Jason Brickle. Yeah. It is. And it's a shame, really, because we've all got into watching the Bundesliga, and this was always the big game, and Bayern Munich winning it, it makes the title irrelevant, because Bayern Munich are going to win it again. Bayern need to kill the game ASAP, says Vandy Candy. I think they've been killing the game for the last 20 minutes, mate. The Borussia Dortmund are not really getting anywhere near the goal. Man of the match, says Casey. I think I'd give it to Kimmich, because that's been the difference. That bit of guile is the reason. And they nearly scored again then. Muller with a chance, didn't connect, but yeah, that little bit of guile from Kimmich has been the thing that's won him the game, and he's played well in the midfield as well. So I think Kimmich would be my man of the match. I think Alphonso Davies has played well again as well. Alaba's played well. You can see the difference was without Haaland, no threats in between spaces. Martial wouldn't be good if Rashford and James were crap in a game, says Kelt Husland. Yeah, I think Bayern Munich Dortmund have looked less of a threat without Haaland. Good play from Sancho there. Oh, final ball, not good. 89 minutes. Foul. My man of the match would be the ref, says George Carter. And so does great goals. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I don't understand why it's not a penalty. I think the rule's a joke. But the fact that no Dortmund players even appealed it, and we're sat watching, it just makes me wonder if there are little, area codes. Like, well, there are, but like nobody appealed for that. Yeah, in the Premier League, we'd be going mad for it. So just maybe those sort of things don't get given in Germany. 8 o'clock, I'm on the United stand, Alvin Block, so I can't do a cheeky Tuesday night FIFA, I'm afraid. Got an 8 o'clock show on the United stand, which you can join me for if you want. 3 minutes gone. They're looking at giving a penalty for this on Lewandowski. No, goal kick. I was going to say, bloody hell, if they'd given a penalty for that and not given the one to Haaland. It's a shoulder barge. Oh, he's actually going to look at the penalty for Lewandowski. This ref's a fucking joke. Oh, no. It's not a penalty when you shoulder barge somebody. Get out. Shut up. No, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty when you use your shoulder when you shoulder barge somebody. Lewandowski is well experienced enough to know about that sort of thing. It's called strength. It's called a shoulder barge. Although I'm very surprised they didn't give it. Come on, Dortmund. One last attack. More chance of winning the lottery, but you've got to put the ball in the box. Put the ball in the bloody box. There's people making runs. Hakimi knows. No one going after it. That'll be it. Neuer. South African Red says, is Sancho worth all the fuss? Yeah, I mean, you can't judge him off one game. He's just not fit. Well, and these are the results that annoy you, because Bayern Munich have been winning the title for years. It's a boring league because of it. But you know, in the game today, they've not been the dominant force. They've won because of a goalkeeping error. It's been a very equal game, and a point would have been, nobody would have argued with a point, but Bayern Munich go and get the win. And that's why it's just a very boring league, because they just always go and get the win. And then that's it. Titles won every March, or well, May this time because of the lockdown. But yeah, it's a deserved win for Bayern Munich, but it means it's a draw. It means it's the title over. Brian8863, talk of Alaba and Sane doing a swap. Do you think Alaba could do well in the Premier League? Feel he isn't quite robust enough for the Premier League. I think he's better than 2 or 3 of the centre-backs that City have got at the moment, i.e. Otamendi and Stones. Bayern could make it 2 here. Good block by Witsel. The ref will blow. And that's it. 1-0 to Bayern Munich. They're very happy with the result. Kimmich is very happy with the result. Screaming and shouting loudly. Arrogant twat. But it was him. He was my man of the match at the end of the day. A little bit of quality. And Dortmund lose 1-0 and the title goes to Bayern Munich, which is what I predicted. I didn't predict that, but I did predict a Bayern Munich win, because they always have that bit to get over the line. The one controversial bit for me is I don't understand why it wasn't a penalty. Nobody appealed for it, but ultimately it's 3 points for Bayern Munich. So there we go. Right, FIFA will be back tomorrow at 2:30. Thanks to everybody who gave out the hot mic a try. If you want to give it a try on the next one, we'll do it again. And 8 o'clock on the United Stand if you want to join me. Some United chat and football chat. United Stand, 8 o'clock. Go over there. The live comments are already open. And I will see you at 8 o'clock on the United Stand, or back on here tomorrow at 2:30 for our FIFA career mode. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will speak to you all soon.